We are live.
And welcome back. Today we resume after we left off last week with the party having arrived at the observatory after dispatching, with some minor assistance from the Thunder Rattle, the reconstructed Sasquatch and a squadron of reconstructed soldiers. Upon gaining entry, you met Dr. Ogilvy for the first time, as well as Agent James Fallow, a uh, spindle agent much like Isaac. And while there, you also met uh, a man named Emil, one of the supposed Wormstar cultists that is potentially responsible for this entire mess. Through through the interrogation and some supernatural tricks with Zoe's new powers, you managed to bring, and as well as the hidden song within the hunter personality of Benedict, to clear the influence that had been clouding this poor man's mind, and now racked with guilt over the multiple murders he's confessed to, that he reveals that the necromancer is planning something big with something called the tree, and that the cultists and reconstructed are hunting down and trying to capture or reconstruct several of the powerful local cryptids and monsters of Fiddler's Green. Among those mentioned were Bunzua the Grave Worm, which he claims that they've possibly discovered their hiding location in an old abandoned cemetery, and the they mentioned I can't actually remember all they mentioned, but Bunzua the tree, which they said was, they think, north, and they confirmed that the cultists have been hiding out in the abandoned ski resort, as well as holding hostage, or not hostage, but captive, some of the survivors taken from the high school with the intention of sacrificing them, he says, in the morning. But the the night is yours. With it being midsummer, it probably was pretty late when the sun actually went down, and you spent night for a while, so it's probably past midnight by this point. Probably closer to like 1 or 2 a.m., and depending on if
Yeah, we
people slept during the road trip, it's. And the rather intensive hiking that you've had to do this night, the group's probably feel a little worn down.
I ended the session with the reveal that Swindle knows that most of us aren't human, and
Oh
us
yes,
throwing the bomb back into space that his boss was trying to break reality or something.
yes, that's exactly where we left off.
Tycho,
With
Tycho just sips her drink.
um, so we'll go there, and he goes, "What? That's. I wish I could say that was surprising, but that is a problem for later. Right now, I think we have a little more important things." And
Yeah,
Ogilvy just
yeah.
kind of looks a little confused that,
So,
like, hmm?
so, so, so you're saying the people being held in the ski resort we sacrificed in the morning?
Emil says that he's nose is still bleeding a bit. It was busted up by Phineas kicking him after, and then Phineas stormed off. But and he's somewhere in the observatory building, you think, or might have slipped outside. But the Emil, this guy who's covered in self-inflicted wounds and some that look willingly inflicted on himself, like he looks up, and now that his mind has been cleared, he he, he looks up at you just kind of wrecked, and he goes, "Yeah, the cultist. I mean, Ben. He said that they wanted to kill them during the day or something. I don't know why."
Well, So
And
either way, we seem to be at an issue that the cultist has a lot of bodies on the ground and are moving to do several objectives at once. I feel that if we just do one at a time, they'll accomplish some or all of them.
and Ogilvy goes, and unfortunately, there's communication blackout with them interfering with everything. And then Fallow goes, well, actually, we did communicate before you got into this place, and he holds up the little spindle device and he goes, these things can communicate directly with each other, and you two seem to have each one, so that's 3. I don't know if any of you want to exactly be working with me. I understand.
Where are the people being held?
The ski resort, which Julie would know the location of since she visited there a couple times as.
Yeah, I feel like I offered to lead us there last session.
Yeah.
And where are their main forces headed right now?
He said that they confirmed that. Well, he was sent just to spy on the observatory during the day, and that's when Fallow got him. He's pretty sure that the grave worm is located in a cemetery to the east, sort of north of the treetop village, the treehouse village, and he said that they were interested in the waterfall, although they said something about a tree, and he's not sure what they meant because he wasn't involved with that conversation. But they said that they were still hunting down other cryptids and monsters because, as he'll say, he goes, Ben said that the necromancer wanted the strong and the unique, perfect material for making strong things. And I mean, I saw the Sasquatch. And he there's a moment where it's almost like the cultist part of him seems to surface, where he's just like, that thing was terrifying, and then he's just it's not like a moment of like awe at seeing because he'd seen that thing, but it passes quickly as he just kind of shudders.
Zoe turns and leaves the room.
Okay. And Ogilvy will look to the group and goes, the zombies don't come out at night, or come out during the day, but the infected seem to not like the sunlight either, so we haven't seen many of them out. Seen a few, but only like 1 or 2 at most. And they just seem to be like patrols.
Alright, so
if you want, you can sleep here. Don't exactly have beds. I have a cot for when I would, work overnight up here, but it's fortunately you'll just have to make do with the seats in the observatory or mini planetarium.
So, alright. So the way I see it, we need to get to the ski resort tonight, else those people are going to die. So I propose that a small group of us do that while the rest of us rest, and then come tomorrow, we accomplish all the other objectives at once. While all these things are dormant or not coming out in the daytime. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be the logical time to strike.
But in case our energy is not up to snuff, and I'm going to roll preparedness. 4 + 4 + 3. That's a pass. Kaiko pulls out Julia will recognize it, the really fucking strong wake-up tea. This should keep us going through the rest of the night, but as Geico pulls out a thermos of that out of the bag.
Kaiko, we've talked about this. That stuff is illegal and possibly life-threatening.
So no, who's not in the room, this big room right now?
I kind of saw it as like, since Emil was still in the closet, not, metaphorically, but the storage room where he'd been captive, the group was either just kind of like milling about that and the hallway.
So I
Or, like,
know
the door was
Kaiko
open.
and Julie are definitely in there.
Suki's
Phineas
in there,
left.
I think, right?
Who?
I think Suki was standing guard, right?
Yeah, Suki was
Suki?
standing guard.
Okay, where are Hal and Celia?
Presumably still talking to the dude.
Okay.
Hal ended last session making soup for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like a little like red, like not like a break room area that there's a hot plate that you could use to cook.
Yeah, he's sitting there on the floor, the hot plate, making fucking shitty bag soup.
Oh,
Not gonna be
Hal.
very good, but it's gonna be something warm in our stomachs while we're doing this crazy shit.
Shitbag soup.
And you, unless anyone followed him, Phineas seems to have just disappeared for the moment.
Who disappeared for the moment?
Phineas. After
I think
he
Zoe's
hit
gonna look for
the
him.
guy in the face, and then
Yeah.
Zoe like pulled him back, he just kind of stormed off. And
think I'm
it's
gonna
not hard
look
to
for
find
him.
him. He's standing outside, like by the door that you all walked into, and he's sitting outside, and he's like having a smoke, just kind of watching the rain hit the dome.
Okay. Zoe comes out and like stands next to him.
Naked.
Hey.
And he like starts to hold the carton of cigarettes towards you, and he's like, "Wait, no offense, but I'm terrible with human ages. Are you old enough?"
She takes one.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
her first smoke. Someone
Yeah,
stop her.
They're like some old-fashioned, like, you're surprised they even have a filter. These are like old-fashioned cigarettes. Like, he got hooked on this brand like maybe a century or more ago and has just stuck with it.
She like eyes it and like makes a face. This isn't gonna kill me if I smoke it, right?
Not the first one.
All right.
I mean, unless you're asthmatic, then. And he's like, there's a moment of like concern, like, wait.
No, I'm not.
Okay. And
I think if I was asthmatic, that would make my flying kind of hard.
True, as he says that he hands over like a busted up Zippo lighter.
Of course. She
Well, at least you don't have a fear of heights.
Yeah, that would suck.
Uh,
She lights it and like hesitantly takes whatever it takes a drag, I think it's called, and just like immediately coughs it out.
and that seems to break his like kind of sour mood as he laughs, because it's probably not the first time he's seen someone try the first cigarette with him, as he just like kind of patched on the back. It's like, all right, they're there. Tobacco and pot, the first one is always the toughest.
Thought this was supposed to make you feel better.
It's and he just kind of like looks at the one he's holding and he goes, "It takes a while, but yeah, it's not. I don't know if I've got some like supernatural bullshit that keeps me from not like developing lung cancer from like 2 centuries of smoking, but I probably wouldn't suggest even.
I mean, I
All
haven't
that
gotten sick
shit
since
that the companies, all the shit the companies put in there now, like they definitely taste a lot different than they did even 50 years ago.
If you say so. I don't think I'm gonna make a habit of this.
And he nods as he seems to be trying to make shitty small talk. You get the feeling that he's not really he's not feeling good.
Yeah. She gets it. So I might have fucked up in there. I'm not actually sure.
I mean, life is a series of fuck ups and fix ups.
I mean, like, after you left, I did some snake mojo or moth mojo. I don't know which side of the mojo that is, and I took I took the mind control out of him. I guess. She shrugs, and I think it might have been more merciful if I just killed him.
And
she like visibly shudders.
he kind of winces and just like puts a hand on your shoulder, and he's like, I mean, there's not really much you could have predicted with this kind of fucked up situation.
He looks up into the air. Is the thunder rattle still around?
It's kind of hard to see through the dome, the protective dome, and the rain that's pouring off of it. But there is, you like wait a moment, and there you hear the telltale sound of thunder before the light flashes outside. So you don't see it above, but you're pretty sure it's close from that.
Cool. After you left, we got some information. There's more hostages at the ski resort. They're going to sacrifice in the morning.
Oh fuck!
They're probably in there, making a plan to deal with that.
Yeah. I've been up there. Another way.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, and he just kind of like lifts up a huff and he goes, "Not exactly the best at skiing, but decent place to hang out."
Nice view,
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah. Actually, it is. You can pretty much see most of the valley from up there. And he like gestures out, and he's like, "I think the next best place is actually here. A lot of people drive up here just for the view of the town rather than the view of the stars."
Not much to see right now.
Like, just a little reminder of like, because I'm horrible at making maps, so I didn't even bother. This mountain that the observatory is on is north of the town, and it is like one of the few actual mountains inside this valley, like between these two large mountainous areas.
Okay. So, can you point me to where the ski resort is?
And he starts to like turn, and then he like looks back and he goes, "You're not gonna fly up by yourself, are you?"
Fuck no.
Okay. And he walks around the building, and then he's like points through the dome, and he goes, "I don't want to touch that," and he like points in a direction. He goes, "I'm pretty sure it's that direction, if I remember right." Can't really tell, being night and all in the rain. And he flicks the cigarette butt at the dome, and there is like a little electrical. And he's like, "Okay, not touching that."
Yeah, I was wondering what would happen if any of us touched that.
It wasn't like a powerful, but there's definitely, you could tell there's like some kind of current running through that thing. Or if it is, it might even be just current itself.
I'm not gonna go off by myself. But I am going over there.
Yeah, there's survivors. We gotta get them.
There's more
Too
cultists.
many times die. I'm fucking tired of it.
Hal is gonna poke his head out while you're having this conversation and go, "Hey, the shit soup is ready. If you're brave
Oh,
enough."
thank God! I'm so hungry.
Oh, good. And yeah, he seems like he's ready to eat too. Get his mind off things.
Good fucking luck.
Oh, right. I just remembered. Y'all fed the cultist who's been starving himself for a few days a pot brownie. So that's gonna have repercussions.
Oh no! What?
You don't want to take those on empty stomachs.
Oh, he's
But,
gonna fucking die anyway.
It's not gonna kill him,
So-
it's just gonna make him extra high. He'll wish he died.
As they're going to get food, Zoe's gonna detour back towards that guy.
Yeah, so rest of the group is hanging out around him, I guess.
Yeah, Hal is
That-
handing out
Probably
his...
finishing the game plan.
Yeah, he's handing
And
out his
Geico
shitty
is
soup.
prepping the oh god why tea.
Dr. White had
And,
nothing to do with this.
Dr. Ogilvy's like, it's a lot more comfortable than just sitting around the hallway. If there's like a little meeting room we can go down to a few doors down, and
Sorry.
there's like a room that's a large table. There's a layer of dust on things, and he actually has to pull the sheet off of the table, and he goes, take a seat, set up however you want, and it's just like a little mini office room that has like a larger table and there's chairs around it. Looks like it might have been like a little meeting room when he did have employees.
Is the guy still is he still tied up, or they let him out
I
now?
don't. No one's let him, untied him, and he's just been sitting in the room.
All right. So he
If
Well,
anyone is still watching him, it's who would be watching him?
Suki
If
was.
there is anybody.
Celia too.
Zoe goes up to him, doesn't look at him. Hey.
And he just kind of looks up from where he was staring at the ground in front of him and goes, "Oh, hey."
Do you know how many other cultists there were? You got
And
an estimate?
he frowns and he goes, as he starts to think, he goes, "Well, there was only about 8 of us and Ben when we," and you just see this look of pain cross his face as he remembers. He goes, "When we did the ritual to summon the meteor."
I'm sorry.
But then once they showed up and the choir started growing, some of the people that we captured, they joined us, and there's probably 22 dozen. I don't know. Depends on how many they've, have either been sacrificed themselves or if they've taken more from the people we got at the high school.
Okay. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to think about it anymore.
And he nods. And he just kind of, this really heavy sigh, just he shudders with it. It's more of a sob, really.
Oh. Zoe runs out of the room. Pops in to get some soup.
Okay, so he and Celia, you're standing there watching this guy Emil. Actually, or am I not remembering? I think I named him Emil. I'm just confused because Emil was an important NPC I named in Oasis Valley last session. So, anyways, Fallow kind of pops his head in after he saw you rush by Zoe, but he pops his head into Zoe and Suki and goes, "If you want, you can go get some food. I'll keep watch. Let you discuss."
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. Microphone was muted. Yeah, okay. If you don't mind watching him for a few minutes, just be careful. He seems to be mostly normal now.
Yeah, that's. I was more concerned with him now, and he's like, kind of like lowers his voice and goes, "I'm mostly worried about him killing himself while your friend's still here. So I'm just gonna make sure he behaves himself."
Completely understandable. That's why I
And
stay as long
he's
as I
like,
did.
he already has like a mug of the soup that Hal made. It's like a mug from the gift shop.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to find the soup that I mean, because it's absolute garbage.
And like, yeah, he sips it and just like makes this face like, ugh.
He tried, but they're bad.
It's not his fault. It's the soup's fault.
So Ogilvy's there with you with the group inside this little meeting room. It's not too far off from where the guy's being held, so it's like you're not worried about not hearing something. But
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna go and get some soup. For the most part, I have no reason not to trust this spook guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I know we're making a plan to do things. What do we got so far?
Well, going up tonight to save people, I guess, before tomorrow. So far.
Kaiko's already. So are we all going up tonight, or are we gonna do? Some of us stay here, and the rest of us.
I feel like some of us should rest. If we have had a long day.
Or if we split up, a smaller group might get taken.
And that's a good point. But a smaller group could also get there faster. And as far as we know, they're cultists and not, reconstructed themselves.
oh god, Scat, that's the worst.
That's what they
So,
sell.
She motions at most of the people in here. Where a lot of us are a bit tougher than regular people.
Okay. So Julie's gonna be leading us there.
She doesn't have to if you want her to get some rest. Phineas also knows the way.
Yeah, I know the way. Although I wouldn't mind catching some Z's, but
Okay, well we have two guides then, one or the other.
I'm still wired.
All right, so you seem
So
like
how
you're pretty good to
holding
go.
up? Kaiko asked Julie.
Oh, I'm
And-
pretty alright. Nothing's actually managed to lay a scratch on me so far, so.
Lucky you.
Julie, are you still carrying the stinger head that you ripped off?
I did that.
Yeah,
Julie also decapitated one, I thought, right?
yes, I did.
Oh,
We made a joke about how I'm needing a collection.
right, yeah. Right. I have the singer tail and I have the axe.
Right, you have the
No,
gargoyle tail.
gargoyle tail. The gargoyle
Yeah,
tail.
the gargoyle tail you see is like, still continuing to crumble a little bit, but it's, still
Okay.
has its shape. But Julie, for some reason, you plop the head on the table or something. It's not crumbling at all.
Should that be like that,
Should we worry that it might still be spying on us or something?
Hunter?
I mean, I can fix that, she says, as she opens up her needle hand and aims for the eye sockets.
Let's.
Oh, these things don't have eye sockets. They have like a plate of. The stingers are a little heavier armored than the talons in that they have like an armored bone crest.
Hunter, can they do that? you know?
Hunter, as far as you know, that once they're dismembered, they're dead.
Okay. Well, Hunter.
It's dead.
Alright. Well, do you know why it's still here?
No.
Hmm.
Alright. Maybe it's your mojo messing with it, Julie. You know, your hand.
Want me to pry it apart?
And
And
if
Ogilvy's
you're
like,
Ooh, alien autopsy.
I mean, I have been wanting to perform an autopsy. I was actually going to wonder if like anybody would mind going and.
All right, she
going
begins
in
crudely
some-
prying it apart.
Hal smacks Julie's hand as she goes to do that. It's like, we're at a fucking dinner table. I am eating soup directly in front of you.
Okay,
Really?
I'll
In
wait.
front of my
Ogilvy's like-
soup?
There's a table in
Ogilvy's
the
like-
other room.
Okay, we'll eat and then we'll go pull some more in and we'll inspect them. How's that? Because honestly, stop the agent there. He stopped me from doing this.
Arrow?
We talked about this. No autopsies at the dinner table.
Remember that Operation Bug toy line?
No.
God, yes.
I think that was before
Wasn't
another
that a
thing before my
character,
time.
I think I kept that weird like toy scalpel with the magnet at the end for the longest time. But anyways,
Yeah, do the other room, Julie. Please.
and
Like-
Ogilvy's like,
This soup is hard enough
So-
to keep down.
you're Ty. Those needles seem similar to what Carly used, and she said something about like maintaining dimensional weaves. Maybe because this thing is extra dimensional and you killed it. I don't know. That's my best guess without looking at studying it.
Just remember, are we like? Is this room like slowly filling up with smoke because of Suki's dagger?
The smoke dissipates after a bit, so it's not like actual smoke. It's supernatural smoke, right?
It's a
Suki?
particle effect.
Basically, yeah. Right?
Not insignificant
you might be muted
amount
again.
of the special effects budget.
All right, what's
Okay, I
up?
think I'm. Okay.
I hardcore zoned out there for a second.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Your dagger, the smoke is not real smoke, but rather just sort of a
Oh,
particle effect, right?
so yeah, it seems to be for the most part a particle effect. It's not actually like the dagger is catching itself on fire, but leaking itself as if it's a piece
But is it
of
like
something.
will it fill a room and choke us all to death, or
No, it won't fill everyone to death. It's never done that before.
It won't fill everyone to death.
That's what smoke does. It fills your lungs and kills you to death.
Yep. Choking on red smoke storm stuff. It's never done that before though, it's fine.
Okay.
And the group did watch Suki inhale it recently, and she's still around, so.
True.
As far as you can tell, she's perfectly normal.
Yeah, perfectly
None of us are normal.
serial killer.
Yep. Perfectly normal.
See,
And-
I'm a perfectly normal person, Suki says, as she takes a big whiff of the smoke.
She's not a crazy gunman, Dad.
Like-
She's an assassin.
it's my vape blade?
God damn
Like
it.
snorting a line of coke off of the blade itself. She takes a big sniff.
Alright, so who's going to the place?
Me
Are
and
we
Julie
gonna go
for one.
together? Are we gonna split up? What are we doing?
And Kenya says, now, there'll be, the living there that'll be the problem. And probably some of the dead, but you gotta go into this willing to, at least be violent.
I'm going. I want to rescue people.
Zoe hefts up the axe. Not as good with this as I am with my teeth, but I can't bite these things. Although I could probably bite a person. She says that, and then she like visibly like recoils at the thought.
To be honest, I think we should all go, because we can all come back here and get rest. We can't all, go and rescue the others at the same time that we're rescuing other people.
Yeah, if we all do that, then we're all going to be more tired.
We can always come back here
but-
and sleep until the middle of the day if these people aren't dead in the morning.
And Phineas pipes up. He's like, yeah, most of the folks they back at the village are taken to sleep in the day.
I guess that makes sense then. Yeah.
Because we don't know what constitutes morning for them either.
Can I have some more soup, Hal?
You want more?
It's disgusting, but I'm hungry.
I guess.
And they're like, you hear the rumble of thunder outside, and Ogilvy goes, and if this weather continues like this till tomorrow, who knows if the Reconstructor can walk out when it's overcast, and he just kind of shrugs.
I could talk to the thunder rattle again. Ask them if they could just like take a rest during the day. Maybe that'll help ease the storm. I don't know if they're with the storm or if they caused the storm.
And he kind of looks at you, he goes, wait, you speak to the thunder rattle?
Wait, who's saying that? The spindle guy or
Ogilvy.
okay.
No, Paolo, he's back in the.
Right, he's watching.
Last you saw him, he was back at the room.
Okay. Right. You haven't seen it. Yeah. I turned into a big snake. You know that big winged snake you saw outside that hissed at you and flew away?
Oh,
Yeah, that's me.
That makes sense.
Why did you hiss at him?
Because I was trying to act like I wasn't the snake, but the spindle guy already knows. So what's the point?
Don't hiss at people, Zoe.
I was trying to act, all right. I thought that was whatever. It doesn't matter right now. Snake, yes, me. I can talk to monsters sometimes.
Especially snake-based ones.
Especially snake-based ones, yes.
That is very useful. And there is a moment where he's just like he sits back in the chair and then like sputters on. He's like taking a sip of the coffee, not the coffee, but the soup, and make face, but sputters as the general hops up in his lap, and he's like, holy crap, is this one of Miri's cats?
It's the general.
Miracle Miri's cats?
Yeah, that's my cat.
Yeah, it's a general.
He starts petting him. PT, this is out of character for the general. The general's like, he seems to enjoy it.
Wow. He's a good cat.
You know my mom?
I mean, wait, you're Mary's kid? Oh wow.
Yeah, hi.
I have not seen her in a long time. Then, I worked with the Phantasmagoricals a couple of times back when I lived in Melody before I moved out here to get away from. And he kind of like tries not to, but fails to look over in Kaiko's direction before he goes. The incident broke bad. Or went bad. Don't know if he would use the slang broke bad. But he goes, yeah, she would always have her cat coming along and Then I happened to see the swarm one time, and oh god, and he goes, "Not many cats
What are you
this
doing?
big." As the general's like taking up most of his lap.
Yeah, he's
He is the size of a bobcat.
yeah, he's the biggest cat I've ever seen.
Okay, it's taking up his entire lap.
So he goes over and like, picks him up. You gotta let the man eat his. You gotta let the man eat his soup, General.
Even though it's terrible.
I mean, food is better than no food.
In this case, I'm not sure it is.
You know, if I knew we'd end up in this position, I'd have brought that tuna.
Tuna?
Yeah, the
Oh,
tuna.
God. I could go for some tuna now. Fuck. Well, man, now why'd you... So he just fucking unhinges her jaw and just downs the entire second thing of soup.
Like Ogilvy looks like he's like started looking around the room, and then like he's about to say something, and then just like trails off. When he sees that, he goes, "Oh, you're serious about the snake thing? Wow."
Did you think I was kidding?
No,
I mind controlled that man
I
in the other
believe-
room.
yes, but it's it's one
Okay.
thing to be told and then to see, But
You worked with the Phantasmic Oracles. You had to have seen weirder than that.
oh yes, but still, it's a little tricky. Not tricky. It's that's sorry. I was reading something, and when you're reading something while you're talking, and then the word like pops
Comes
into your
out.
head.
Comes out of
Yeah.
your mouth.
Happens to
Yeah.
me all the time.
So he goes, "No, it's just I didn't mean to offend. It's just startling to see it, and Anyways, where's your robot friend?"
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. Hey, General,
I know
did
he
you see which
doesn't
way?
need to eat,
General, did you see which way Benedict went?
and he like frowns and he's like, "I assume he doesn't need to eat. I mean, I know this talks about machines that can ingest biomass to burn as fuel, but sorry, I'm like,
That's terrifying.
I mean, that depends on your point of view. General, you see which way Benedict went?
And the words get stuck in my throat.
Can you track
What?
him, General?
Oh, wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. There we good?
I didn't
All
teach
that
you.
to say, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I didn't teach you that language.
That wasn't me asking you to make noises, TT. That was me looking at the DM asking if the General could do that.
yeah, the general I'd say would be able to follow.
I just want to imagine that did just happen, and Zoe was just like nodding the whole time.
Sometimes
so
cats
it's-
get chatty.
Yeah, I don't know why that story is relevant to what's going on right now, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing it.
Oh.
Man, that cat sees shit, hasn't he? As Phineas was like nodding along with it.
Wait, you can understand too?
Beast of the Woods.
Oh, Phineas said that. Okay. I mean, I guess that.
I have a-
Yeah, I guess
Sorry,
that.
Phineas. Sorry, having three male
Yeah,
NPCs just hanging around.
You
is a
said the
little
right
confusing.
name. You said the right name. That I confused characters for a second.
And my inability to do voice accents anymore.
It's fine. Okay.
Wow.
Hey. No one else can understand them. Except hell sometimes. But
Yeah, that was a
It's-
lot of
it's
language
weird.
that I never taught you, General. Shame on you.
Anyway, yeah,
Wow.
General. To Benedict. She lets him down.
And he goes prancing off, doing that cat thing, tail high in the air, just going at his own pace, like you were going to go the pace I set, and deal with it.
Zoe's used to this. She does. Does anyone like not touch their soup?
Kaiko hasn't touched her soup because Kaiko has her own stuff.
Zoe like looks at it and then looks at Kaiko.
Drink the soup.
Like,
Good.
she doesn't say anything, but she meets Kaiko's eyes and looks at the soup.
Drink the soup.
The moment I look away, it's gonna be gone.
I mean, I was wordlessly asking you.
Use your words, Zoe. This is Hal as he's eating
Can I-
his
can I
shitty
take-
soap.
Can I take the soup? It's shitty, but I'm really hungry.
Yes.
Thank you. He just grumpily takes it and walks
So
out.
do you eat soup or drink soup?
With this, you do both. I don't know how, but you're doing
Depends
it.
on how chunky it is.
This is very chunky. I hate it.
Not
Yeah.
to note, no clam chowder for you.
It's
Listen,
not that bad.
I don't like seafood stuff. Zoe probably be alright with it. But yeah,
It's not that bad.
Zoe follows the general to get to find Benedict.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Find... Yeah, but
Where are you?
Well, he was going to, since the observation deck is not available, he's on the front porch where Zoe and Phineas were.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
Zoe.
I guess. Oh yeah, when. Never mind. Continue. I'll do this later.
You can go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I think Celia out of the group with the enhanced senses probably smelled smoke from Kaiko. Not Kaiko. Zoe. Jeez, my brain. But
Wait.
sorry,
Celia smelt smoke?
from you because you went and had a cigarette outside with Phineas.
Oh, right, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Celia would probably have picked up on the smell of smoke on Zoe.
Zoe, are you smoking?
Zoe's gone.
Mhm.
Like
And
she was like
Phineas-
partly down the hallway, and then she heard that and walked faster down the hallway.
Cut to the meme of Zoe running down the hallway as Celia is jumping behind her in air.
That hovering.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Running.
So
She peeks her head outside and sees the hunter. What are you doing, Hunter?
Well, he is standing off the porch, and his arms are crossed behind his back, seemingly looking out into the stormy night. And he's got all those weapons strapped to him.
Ah, I see you're brooding.
He turns his head towards you, and despite how short he is, it could still be somewhat menacing with the whole red glow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what? All right, what? What are you doing? I mean, you're standing in the dark, staring out at the rain pattering against something with a bunch of weapons strapped to you. That's brooding.
I am thinking.
The two aren't mutually exclusive. There's tons of places to think. You came to like the spookier place to do it. That's brooding.
I find the sound of thunder and rain to be relaxing.
Yeah, I can't disagree. He walks over, pets the general.
Here comes the general. Rise up.
So what he smiles at the general. So what you're thinking about?
What to do after this?
What do you mean?
I cannot remember my purpose.
Oh.
There was once a tinkerer. He found me, upgraded me,
Oh.
forged me into a weapon. Yet I cannot say where he has gone.
What did he look like?
He's probably dead.
When did you get out here?
I
Are
I
you
followed. I followed
Oh.
you.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
You weren't exactly stealthy, Zoe.
God
Yeah.
damn it! I wasn't trying to be. I just didn't hear you. Anyone following me? Fucking all right.
She's not smoking out there, is she?
Also,
No!
the general kept yowling. So yeah, your creator's the other guy's probably dead. I mean, your real creator's definitely dead. We know that for sure.
All right, can
He turns towards you
actually.
specify real. Explain.
Oh, okay. So, you were originally created by a guy named Franklin, back in like pioneer times, I guess. He got killed, and then at some point, you were spirited away by old lady Nayless, and then at some point, the hot golden haired lady had you as like her sales bot. And I bet some other stuff happened. We haven't really unraveled the entire history of your elaborate backstory, but, you know, at some point, you became this. Seems like your original role was to be like a little sweet little butler man.
That's Effie. That is the original.
A lot of things have happened in your past.
Yeah.
At the moment, if you're looking for purpose, all we have to do is help.
You speak as if you knew me prior to this.
You think you just woke up here in town?
Yeah, we met your butler persona first, and he's real cool. We like Benedict. He's a nice guy. I sold him clothes.
Benedict.
Yeah, his
Yes,
name's
I was
Benedict
there.
too. Well, I imagine it's going to
Yes.
get real confusing. Your salesman persona's named Benny, and he's got this real like fun, fast talking style, like a 20s like commercial. It's really funny.
He sounds insufferable.
I mean, he kind of is, but like it's entertaining once in a while, you know.
Ask
You know,
him
you're
if he
real
still has
gloomy.
some of my gingerbread.
He's a
Do you have any
robot.
do you have any gingerbread in your chest compartment?
He's somewhat confused by the question. Then
You know, if we could find some way to merge all the personalities, you'd have like a bunch of different skill sets you could use.
Yeah, but like that we don't even know all the personalities in there. What if she side eyes Gunter? Another one's a big jerk.
Well, you know, here's the thing though. All of them feel like Benedict deep down. Just, you know, if Benedict did different stuff for a living.
I don't think this one's
Like,
Like,
this is the Benedict that's had to, you know, hunt nightmares beyond our imagining. So, of course, he's going to be a little surly.
He's not a jerk, he's just, pragmatic.
yes.
I like you.
Pragmatic.
And to be fair, it's not like we could merge his personalities really well. He predates every known current computer and code.
Everybody just fucking jumps as Suki comes up behind him.
Hey, Suki.
And Hal jumps right into Kaiko, who's also standing there.
Do you catch him?
So
No,
much
as
for
in you jump
isolation.
back, but she's right there.
Oh shit, sorry, Kaiko.
So you get basically ping-ponged.
So much for
Why
being
are
left
you-
alone with my thoughts.
Well, I came out to see if what was going on because you just disappeared. I didn't ask anyone to follow me.
I wanted to see if Hal had thrown you out the barrier yet for smoking.
What? I would. What?
Don't say you're an adult because you're not, but also I can't judge anybody because I smoke recreationally.
Yeah, you can't judge me for that.
But that's
Fucking-
not. Just so you know that regular
Question,
cigarettes
was it
aren't a
marijuana?
good idea.
What was it, marijuana or was it nicotine?
Drugs.
Zoe, did he say
Thaddeus
he
just
wanted?
kind of like pops up, and he's like, "I only gave her the tobacco."
Zoe, did he say he wanted to be alone with his thoughts?
Yeah?
Did you tell him now he can be alone with his thoughts?
No!
God damn it, Celia!
Just get out here!
I'm eating soup.
You can eat soup out here!
Because
Fine, I
subtitles do
will.
not exist in real life, and he does not have the context, she just repeated herself.
It's a slang thing.
Yeah, see, if it's THOTS, it's thought. Like,
That hoe over there.
what?
That's what that means. That hoe over there.
Thaddeus laughed.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "That's what it means."
Yeah, that hoe over there. And thanks, Celia.
So I find myself in the company of thieves and whores.
And murderers. Don't forget the murderers.
I don't know if I'm alright with you calling me that.
I'm sorry, DC, but that fucking delivery. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So which one of
So
my
like-
Celia says if
Don't
she walks in?
apologize. That's the reaction I want.
Fuck.
So which one of my Celia says if she walks in holding a bowl?
I'm not answering that one.
It gets not.
You sleep in a cuddle pile with 4 people. You know who you are, Celia.
Yeah.
Hey, what
Bit of
am
a
I?
platonic slut, but she's okay.
What am I?
Thief.
Oh, yeah, that's Ken.
You steal hearts.
I don't need you to tell me what I am. The frat boys did it well enough.
Yeah,
Really?
Benedict, I don't think that those whore especially is a pretty derogatory term nowadays. Thought
Wait,
is more
Julie.
joking.
Didn't you steal from your mom, Julie?
I've stolen from so many people.
Yeah, but like post heel face turn, you stole from your mom.
Yeah.
I was there.
Man, there was the time I shoplifted an entire TV.
Yeah, I was gonna
Really?
say,
that?
Teenage Julie. Geez, what is with me and names today? Teenage Julie really seems like she was one of those like shoplifting gurus or something.
She absolutely made a fucking Lupin the Third style joie de vivre out of shoplifting bigger and bigger things. Not because she wanted them, but because she wanted the experience of stealing them.
Is that why you wore a trench coat every once in a while?
Oh yeah, my Carmen Sandiego coat, yeah.
How did you... Where did you put the TV?
A magician never reveals her secrets.
Oh.
You will
The 44
just,
incher, it was good.
Could you just like eat a whole TV, Echo?
What?
Like Echo, fuck.
I think it was-
No, I'm doing it. See?
Sorry.
Well, yeah, I could. I'm curious how Julie did it.
Of course, I love how we're not talking about Julie's greatest heist of all. Kaiko's
We already know.
Oh.
Hal is noticeably trying to keep a straight face when Julie says the 44-incher.
It's
I can't help but she waggles her eyebrows when she says it.
She's trying not to laugh really hard.
it's
Thaddeus
really a
is
miracle
Thaddeus
that
is
you
not
all have
restraining
survived
himself
this
from
long.
cracking up.
Hey, you know what? Just because you don't like haha funny stuff, or like the not brooding constantly, doesn't mean we're any less competent than you are.
No, he's right.
No,
No, he's right.
not.
LOL Snake, Zoe.
Yeah, and you still survive.
Yeah, miraculously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
miraculously.
you still survive, and now you live with an LOL snake, Hal.
It doesn't make it any more or less a miracle.
Yeah,
And
but
when
like,
Chef was rooming the two LOL snakes.
Yeah. Like
Although no
how?
one would have said that.
Like, yeah, we're kind of fucking ridiculous sometimes, but I mean, we stopped the fucking whatever. What's that guy's name with the Jinky Birds? Oh,
Kitty
God.
Munch?
I'm just pointing out
The-
that he's not wrong, that all of it is a miracle.
I mean, yeah, but we're not fucking incompetent. It's not a miracle. Well, I mean, whatever.
Julie does the little hand waving gesture.
It's not a miracle, Zoe says, as she's the one who's used the most luck points.
So shut up. I haven't spent like 5 lumps taking my luck back down. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway. Anyway, Benedict, the point is that we have survived this long. So, eat a dick.
Oh,
Wow.
Get out there.
How? I have never seen your claws before.
Al said, the point is we have to survive this far, so eat a dick.
But Keiko,
What? Well, if you think
Just
that's
for
Hal's
sure.
claws.
I super want to make an inappropriate comment, but I'm not sure that it's in character.
I mean, I've been making comments that have been like out of character, just being the DM. But Keiko,
Yes.
roll sharp, or unless you have an ability that lets you roll something else for an investigative mystery. It's not technically like the actual investigative mystery roll, but
Okay, roll sharp. You say that's a flat 10.
okay. As the group was like talking and like Julie brought up Benedict Baker and he mentioned the Tinker. You actually, when you were flipping through Mouse's book, like technically this used to be a little bit ago, Melis did actually, while she mentioned them mostly as the Tinkerer, she did mention the name Ismail.
What?
Ismail.
Ismail.
It's Arabic.
Yeah, you said you had to cut out a little bit when you're saying the name, so I didn't hear for sure.
Yeah, it's the name was Ismail.
like call me?
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's not Ishmael. It's similar. Ismail.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly because I don't really speak a lot of Arabic. You have mentioned that they were. Melis mentioned them with sadness, and as well as talking about this Benedict. That she says both were once so full of love, but now they're both filled with just this burning hatred for vengeance. But she doesn't really go into many details beyond that.
Huh.
Despite nonetheless
she
being told
wonders
to.
She does wonder how Benedict is no longer with the Prospector and how he came to be in the care of Ismail.
What do you say to these?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Benedict.
Oh no, it's fine. Despite being told to eat a dick by a few people, and nonetheless he doesn't seem to be put off by it.
I don't know what that slang means.
Yeah, he not. It's like,
we might be telling for all he knows, we might be telling him to go get a boyfriend.
Or Richard's
yeah,
digestible.
Go eat someone named Richard. Apparently.
I mean, Dr. Richard Ogilvy.
Oh no!
This is how it ends. He cannibalizes Ogilvy.
Following directive. Ow! Oh! Oh!
Oh no. Amelia Bedelia Benedict.
Oh no.
Motivated cannibal Benedict.
No, he's not a cannibal. He's not
He
human.
doesn't even have a mouth.
He's not a cannibal. He's not human.
I will be.
We
Once
made
I
a
feed
carnivorous Benedict. We made a carnivorous Benedict, which sounds so much worse.
We were just talking about robots that eat biomass.
Eli Whitney's flesh-eating robot finally comes to fruition.
But
So,
nonetheless,
what I
he with all the chatter he doesn't seem to be very. Even if he doesn't understand the slang, he kind of gets the intent behind it. Nonetheless, he is not put off by it. If anything, he's with all the banter and conversation. He's just, you all have good hearts. Don't lose them.
Aww, thank you.
Thanks.
Hear that, guys? I've got a good heart.
You do. You do, Julie.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll
But
get that.
he specified, it's like, you have good hearts, just don't lose them. And immediately about faces and heads back inside.
Alright, so
I mean,
swear, so-
did you ever doubt that? I mean, you took
Yeah,
mine.
every day of my life.
I mean, you took mine.
Hey.
Jesus Christ, Keiko, that was so corny.
You're dating
But she's
Tycho.
laughing.
Come on.
But she's laughing.
alright,
Alright.
should we go save these people?
Yeah, we probably should do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Tycho has a cup of each of the
What,
dreaded
should we-
tea that Julie called a war crime.
Should we probably save that for like tomorrow after we're tired from doing this?
I would save that for never because that stuff is bad for you.
Listen.
It arrived in the
listen.
house. It arrived in the house stitched inside a knockoff teddy bear.
Listen, Julie, we just ate that soup, and I just used a cigarette from like the fucking 50s.
When you open a can, there's a smell of burnt rubber. It doesn't leave for 3 hours.
It's fine. Give it to me.
You have
Hit me,
to open
Coco.
the can underwater or else it'll explode.
Hit me, Coco.
What?
Hit me.
Was that Nora?
Hit me.
Kaiko hands her a cup.
She just fucking downs it.
God. So,
Okay,
Immediately-
Keiko, I want you to roll weird.
Oh no!
I'm gonna briefly override something just a second.
go ahead.
No!
Okay, that would be a 12.
Oh no, Keiko, you're immune. You've built up a tolerance. I want Zoe to
Oh,
make
yes, you
a
said
weird.
Kaiko roll weird.
You said Tycho.
No, I'm sorry. Everyone's confusing everyone else for Keiko. I wanted to get on the fun.
Patient 0.
Zoe, roll weird.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. All right. We'll figure that out next time I DM.
What? What? What?
Threats.
What does that mean?
You'll find out when you've long since forgotten.
I will never forget. Listen, you did the fucking bird drugs thing to me. I will never forget, TT.
Oh, don't do bird
No.
drugs, kids.
It's okay, Zoe
What's
takes
going on
it.
out?
Zoe drinks it, and then immediately she slams to the ground.
Make sure to pin that.
Oh my god.
I can't pin.
I can't either.
TT's got a.
Well,
Oh, don't worry. I'm writing it in my special notes.
Oh my god.
so while this is going on, Benedict walks back inside and he passes by the door. You see, Fallow. He's sitting in the chair that Suki, had sat in. He's just watching the guy. Well, he's like looking down at his device as he's tapping away at it. But I remember what I named him. It wasn't Emil. Emil is the doctor from the head of research from Pluripotent. I said Elias is the
Elias.
the goal. That was it. So Elias, he's like moved over, so he's like no longer just sitting in the center of the room, but he's like leaned up against some boxes, but you're not sure if he's like napping or something, but he's got his eyes closed and he just seems to be like resting. But you walk past and Dr. Ogilvy's, still in there as he's just kind of like cleaning up a little bit. He goes, oh, hello.
Is there anything else we need before heading out?
I mean, it's been years since my adventuring days. I honestly don't know. I mean, most of my gadgets I used up setting up the barrier.
And will it hold while we are gone?
As long as I don't have to keep it on during the day to let it vent some heat, should be fine. Because that's one of the problems that sci-fi stories never tell you is that force fields when they block everything, including ambient heat. So if I don't let this cool down, we're going to be cooking in here. And you would actually, I don't know if Benedict would notice, but some of you may have noticed that since getting here, especially now that there's more people, and there might have been some AC running, the ambient temperature is getting higher. Slow, but maybe noticeably to someone.
Oh
So
no,
you'll
my
probably-
hair!
Yeah. So you might
Celia
be
says
on
as her
with
hair
just
suddenly
outside.
starts to frizz out.
See, Zoe loves the heat. She can't really take the cold well, though.
Well, with him saying that, and once we rescue those at this ski lodge, will this provide a ample sanctuary?
And he kind
Also-
of like, ooh.
I was gonna ask, is the song playing that we rejiggered up last session?
He has
I
not yet
think
played it. He gave it a few test plays, but he has not yet playing it since we're inside.
Yeah, and
Because
like,
I asked last time to have a full sample so I can record it and play it over the radio nonstop.
Yeah, but it hasn't
Yeah,
happened yet. Benedict
yeah,
hasn't played it.
you
Yeah.
rolled, and I will say that like you running back and forth, you have it set up that you're ready to go whenever like you're
Okay.
get another away.
Before we go, I need that full radio thing so we can play it nonstop and have it broadcast from all the radios.
Very
Okay,
well.
what were you saying, Benedict?
Yeah, he was asking.
Oh, right. If this
Just
place
to be
would
safe.
able to, I think, sure. He like, it's like, ooh, I actually did not think about that. As long as there's like not too many people and they don't mind crowding into the auditorium, not exactly a big auditorium or planetarium, but it should provide enough. It should keep people safe. If I was talking to Phineas, he says that there is another safe location. This would be a good spot to hold, during the night, and then maybe transport them during the day. They're welcome to stay. It's just I don't know how much my resources.
What did we lose?
New Gray is reconnecting, blah.
Working better.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes with built-up latency.
Yep.
Alright,
People
so-
seem like it can.
Well, before anyone else shows up in the room, so only. Oh wait, before that actually, he looks to Elias. Yeah. Will you be able to keep an eye on him?
And Fowler looks up and he goes, I mean, he seemed to be fine, locked up in here. There's nothing really he could have hurt himself too badly with, and like you would. He goes, there's no way he's getting out of those cuffs, and they are definitely, like, if you look, they look more sci-fi than like mundane.
Well, as the very last thing before Kaiko enters the room to get the song from Benedict, so only Ogilvy's going to really hear this. By the way, several of the others advised me to eat you.
What?
However, I have neither the means nor the inclination.
I'm
He
just
does
doing
not
this.
elaborate.
And Kaiko, you probably hear this as you walk in, and you just hear Ogilvy goes, "Okay, even with all that's going on, that is probably the scariest thing I've heard today." What?
Oh, God damn, Giza, you're fuck. I love you.
So,
Oh, God.
Kaiko, that's what you as you walked in.
Is the
Wait, did
equipment
he
ready?
interpret it as Eat a Richard?
The only Richard available.
Uh,
Good.
You didn't catch the first part. Just that's
Yeah,
just,
you just-
it's like that's scary.
Yeah,
you
you
said
just
that.
heard the. That's the
Most
scariest
terrifying
thing.
thing I've heard.
Yeah.
He notices you have entered the room, Kaiko. Is the equipment operational?
it is. I just need to get a full recording sample and then play it on loop so I can broadcast it.
Very well.
Okay. And Ogilvy will follow just in case you need help with it. But so Kaiko, you get this set up and you get the recording set up and hold on.
May I describe it?
Yes, actually that's what I was trying to scroll up and find. Go ahead.
Well, to anyone who is familiar with the theme song of Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, which you all should be, it's great.
I am not.
Oh,
You son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Well,
The daughter
because
of-
only
Thank
Suki
you.
was present when Benedict first woke up in the cabin in the woods, the sad music box that plays is very much like the first part of the Davy Jones song, where it's just very sad and melodic and still at the same time very lovely. However, the song that the Hunter provides you, while it is still recognizably following the same melody, like the majority of the Davy Jones song, this is bombastic and angry and tragic, and it's basically like a rendition or a cover of the original song.
Oh, I love that.
The only thing they fear is you.
And like in comparison to the Kite and Choir's song of the Worm Star, it's where that is a bleak and nihilistic urge for reality. This is like you said, it's this refusal to die, this bombastic, energetic, bonfire in the dark kind of feel.
Rage against the dying of the light shit.
Very nice.
And yeah, you managed to capture this, and you're not sure if it will have the full effect, but it should be able to at least help conflict. Because, like Melis said, it really seemed to counteract the for lack of a better term, the indoctrination effects of it.
Can I roll a magic weird roll, see if I can't improve the effect?
That sounds like a weird science.
I mean, you do have Melis's book, and she did have like some of the song written down. So, yeah, sure.
So that would be a use magic roll.
Yep. Technically, it might be a big magic, but most of the work is already done.
All right, that's a 5 plus 5 plus 3. So I do believe that is a 13.
Okay. It's not so much that you've improved the song, but with you managed to I don't know if enchant is really the best word to
Refine.
enhance. What's that?
refine?
Yeah, you managed to refine the setup that upon re-listening to the recording is you get that sense that this is what it's supposed to sound like now that it is.
Hold on, this needs more bass. Just if you just buff up the bass just a little bit.
And yeah, you do manage to enhance this, so the effect is probably going to be stronger than what it was initially. But yeah, you have the recording of this
Alright.
song.
Now I'm going to have send a radio broadcast from the radio equipment playing that recorded song to bounce off every radio system that we can reach.
Yeah, and I'll say that was your role previously to get that set up.
Yep.
So, yeah, you are now broadcasting, and any radio that is on or any radio capable device
or phone
will start playing it.
As we're getting ready to go, the spindle guy, he's watching the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zoe wants to, like, as she's like walking by, she stops, pulls out her camera, and like positions herself to take a picture of both of them. Without saying she's there.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at fucking DZ and chat.
Yeah. She like positions herself to take a picture of both of them, turns off the flash, and just snaps a photo of both of them.
Ooh. Okay. First, you see Fallow, and much like you first saw with Isaac, the first time you took a photo of him with your enhanced, there are puppet strings connecting to him, leading off. And now that you've seen this before, you realize that unlike the kind of purple tinted ones that Isaac had, these ones are more golden hued. But it's otherwise he just looks like mundane human. You know, obviously has something off to him, but looking to Elias, you see him, you know, just sitting there, and he looks like he's asleep now. But there is like a halo of writhing, translucent, and the image is actually faintly writhing, like even the still image. It's like worms, just dozens of worms have burrowed into his head, like ethereal worms, and almost form a halo.
They're still there?
But they are actually not embedded, but they're like you look closer and it's like you have that worry that they are still embedded, but then you look closer and if they are trying to burrow in, but they're being held back. There's like, it really does look like a halo of these worms around him trying to burrow back into his brain. Oh, come on. Did I not save that picture? Anyways, so yeah.
Zoe hasn't like made her presence known, but like bites her lip and like looks from the picture to the guy sitting in there. But she leaves to get head out with the others.
So I was going to ask, does the group want to bring Fallow, or do they want him to stay behind?
I would vote to keep him behind, so there's another.
Yeah.
Out of character, I would vote to bring him with, because I can't wait to see him betray us and get some karmic comeuppance, or maybe not do that. In character, Julie doesn't give a shit.
I'm gonna say take it. Keep him here.
Like William, the messy bitch who lives for drama, wants him to come along and see what happens.
Right. That's a problem I have a lot with my D&D characters.
But Julie, the messy bitch who lives for drama within this setting, she doesn't give a fuck.
She's got enough drama to deal with.
She'd be okay with him coming. She'd be okay with him not coming. She's got monsters to kill.
Zoe doesn't want him to come because she does not fucking trust that man.
Kaiko would want him to come if only for keep your friends close but enemies closer.
Is also valid.
Turns out Richard Ogilvy was the villain the whole time.
Oh no.
I'm still banking on that possibility.
That is.
If anybody
that is
was
kind
lying
of what
that
you
whole-
saw.
If anybody was lying that entire observatory, Kaiko would know, and so far Ogilvy didn't set any Kaiko alarms.
Delia thinks he should stay behind because that's one fewer body to get in between it and danger.
Yeah, that's kind of what Hal's thinking.
Okay. And Phineas, he's going to go with you no matter what. Like, even if you tell him to stay behind. But,
Yeah.
if anyone goes up to Fallow and says you're getting ready to head off, and he goes, he'll actually go, he's like, all right, I'll stay here and make sure this guy stays, behaves himself and let the doctor stay safe.
Before we go, Kaiko's gonna go to Ogilvy. Is there any way to get in contact with the treehouse?
And he goes, I mean, unless you have some kind of direct connection, I don't know.
Alright. Do you have...
Rico.
Yeah.
I will say that because you've got a very good memory, you probably won't even have to make your roll for this. Oh, wait, no, Isaac didn't do this. Never mind. Ignore. I was going to say, Isaac hasn't used this ability. Magic.
Oh.
Ignore me.
Alright. Alright, and Kaiko just go to, Does Kaiko remember if anybody had any cell phones in the treehouse with them?
There probably were people with cell phones, but I don't know if you saw people with their cell phones because, at the moment, phones are more of a liability than a hindrance. Until you started the song.
More liability than an asset.
Yeah.
Alright, so before... I'm gonna use the observatory's height and the radio equipment to try to ping every phone I can with the thing I did in the high school. In the region, if I can.
What are you, pinging it with? What's the message?
I'm going to do a direct peer-to-peer text, so it doesn't use a satellite, it just uses the tower. So even if everything is jammed, we're still in the area.
What's the
What's
text?
the message?
The text is, tune to this radio channel, it will disrupt, or it has a negative effect on the Reconstructed. So I'm pretty sure the Reconstructed would know the moment they heard it, so there's no point in trying to conceal that information, since they could probably know immediately the moment they hear something.
Why do I hear boss music?
But we're the boss.
You know what? Since
Anyway.
you've already proven you can do this before, I'll just say that, yeah, you do manage to pull that off.
Just so the people in the
This,
treehouse have
this
an extra
arc
layer
is
of...
turning into Kaiko rolls. I don't know in a bad way. It's just, so yeah. To ping it off, and while it's not like all of a sudden you hear the music playing from sources all across Fiddler's Green, you're pretty confident that the message is out.
Yeah. All Kaiko wanted to do was to make sure that the treehouse had an extra layer of defense.
Yeah.
Zoe stops by Ogilvy before we go.
Mhm.
Hey, keep an eye on the spindle guy.
Keep an eye on that
I
spindle
don't-
guy.
The spindle
Mr. Spindle guy.
So
Maybe a traitor someday later.
okay, so he goes, why?
He works for Spindle.
I'll be honest, Spindle is a company that I've only heard about when they're like looking at my research. I have no
Yeah, well,
idea who they are.
Spindle's a company that would like nothing more than to cut everyone like me open and see what makes us tick, and then use that to do whatever the fuck they want to do to the layers of reality. So,
It sounds like if I survive this, I need to get back in contact with Orin.
yeah, you do. She turns and goes.
Okay. And let's see. Oh, and Ogilvy, he'll follow because he's like, oh yeah, I gotta open the dome for you.
Right. You should like leave the door open for a bit and just keep an eye out so you can let some of that hot air vent.
Right. And yeah, so follow, like locking the door behind him so Elias can't get out of the storage room. Like he walks with the group towards the dome as Ogilvy. He used this like clunky 70s or 80s plastic looking clunk controller to like he aims it at the dome and you actually see he has to drag it as if he's guiding the dome to open. And there is a doorway and quick glance around, the storm is still going. It's about as heavy as it was earlier. It's not like gonna stop you from traveling, but it'll be miserable probably. But you don't see the only reconstructed you see are the remains of reconstructed.
Okay.
Because Zoe, you look up and you do see the thunder rattle does seem to still be like patrolling, but it is now a wider patrol, so it's not like directly above.
Alright, well, Zoe is going to shift.
And Ogilvy's like, whoa, as it doesn't say anything, but you can tell he's watching behind those sunglasses.
Zoe looks
If this
at
is out in the
him.
public, I mean.
Zoe looks at him and
Follow?
yeah, looks him in the eyes. That's a 12, and says to him, "You erase anything you've seen before you leave here."
I'm actually
As
gonna
she
DM, or regular keeper. I'm sorry for if this is out of line, but I'm gonna have to ask you, Zoe, to do disadvantage with that. I know that's not a thing, but I just like that mechanic. So
that was a 9 the first time. That's a 9 the first time. The second time is a 4 plus 3, so that's a 7. That is still a hold of 1.
Yep, that's still a partial success, I believe.
The mental dominion on a 7 to 9, you get a hold of 1 and can do 1 command. On a 10 plus, I get 3 commands. The first time I had 3, now I just have 1, but that is the command she gives to him as she like looks him in the eyes.
And you see him grimace as he pulls back like violently as he like throws his hand. It's like, what are you? Fuck! What are you doing? As he seems to be like reacting painfully, as he like throws up one hand and then the other one's like holding his temple.
Oh. So he turns and leaves.
He gave that man brain damage.
Ogilvy's looks really concerned as Fallow's there just shaking his head like he got brain blasted or something. But I think so. Phineas just kind of like goes, "Well, let's get going." As he like now, Benedict, you're standing out. You can see the observation deck as he like goes up to it, stops it, and goes, "It should be." Wait for it. Wait for it. As he waits, and he like waits, and he's like, "Oh, come on, you giant noodle!" And then you hear the thunder and the flash. He's like, "Ah, there!" And with the lightning, you see just for the brief after image, you see as he points. He's like, "Okay, we need to go that way." As you see, perched up a little bit higher on the further mountain, what looks to be like a cleared area and a building.
Zoe has not looked at anyone since she did that. She is just not meeting anyone's gaze.
I think this arc might also accidentally be turning "Let's Traumatize Zoe."
Kind of.
Let's all traumatize Zoe. Let's all traumatize Zoe. Let's all traumatize Zoe. And buy ourselves a treat.
She bit something and drank death. She tried to mind control someone out of mind control, and now is not sure if that was even a good thing. Found out Spindle knows exactly what she is.
And she just brain blasted a guy that may have had psionic implants to protect against something like this. Oops, spoilers. So, once again, I will need 2 people to roll Act Under Pressure to march through the darkness and the storm, avoiding the undead.
I'll take one.
I will
I
take
am-
the other.
Yeah,
That's an 11.
Hey.
11 and
Let's find out. Oh,
7, 11. Okay. And with Julie and Phineas's help, like going by, like you start passing into the woods, and you have to like kind of follow the way down you came up the mountain because it's sort of sloped and it's a lot steeper on the one side than the way you came up. But you don't have to like completely retrace your steps as you go down and curve around the mountain. But it seems that due to the display of the thunder rattle, like you see as you go down, there's like charred areas where the lightning struck, and you see a few more like electrically charred, reconstructed corpses. And it seems like because of that display that the reconstructed and undead have been chased off for the moment. So you are path is clear, and with the help of the Phineas and Julie, like when you start passing roads that you cut across and going into the woods, you start making your way at night through the rain towards the ski lodge. And let's see. Oh my god, why did I open so many things?
Yeah, mood. DM mood. And then there's always something you've forgotten to open.
Where did this... I have a pop-up that I don't even know how I got. Google 404 or 400. That's an error. The server cannot process request. What request? Sorry, I'm getting off topic.
Fine.
I requested nothing of you, Google.
And
I know better.
okay. So are you transformed, but are you flying or slithering?
Slithering.
Okay.
But again, just slithering face set dead ahead, wherever we're headed.
Okay. And between you and the people with the glasses, it's kind of spooky for the group that can't see in the dark, unless like you start pulling out some flashlights. But oh yeah, I would say that I forgot to mention that before you left, Phineas did use his glamour. He says that
Okay.
having a moment to rest up and eat, he's feeling he can keep going. But as you're going along, unless unless the group wants to talk about something, eventually you do reach, because of those good rolls, you manage to avoid what's seems to be the patrolling reconstructed. You're thankful you're thankful that it seems that they haven't had time to really produce large amounts of numbers, because otherwise you're not sure how well you could have slipped past them. But because you're not flying around, you managed to avoid the gaze of the gargoyles. So eventually you make it to where the base of where the mountains start to slope up towards the ski resort. And there's a couple of paths. You can take probably one of the more gentler slopes up there, so that it's probably not too intense hiking. Probably take a little bit longer. Or you can go right up the road, or if you really wanted, it looks like the people mover. I can't remember what those are called. The people mover might be working, but you're not sure. Phineas says he's not sure if that thing's been working, because you see the little area off to the side. He goes, "We could try kicking that in. It's going to be the most noticeable, but it's probably the fastest way up there."
We've had bad experience with people movers.
A ski lift?
Oh yeah, ski.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
time we
ski
got
lift.
something like that, we were kind of dropped.
That was
Kidnapped.
exactly the previous one.
We got fucking
He
kidnapped.
goes, all right then, no lifts.
Oh, that's a shame. That would have been fun.
I'm not getting dropped into
There he
another
goes.
cage, Sticky.
We should keep it in mind though for moving people in case they're injured.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, what are the chances
There you
that there are 2 trapped people movers?
And he goes,
It's more than 0.
A finger on the forest chimp's paw curls.
Hal reaches
Oh,
out
yeah.
real quick and knocks on a tree.
it shuffles.
Really?
No, not
What?
really. It's not a hide behind.
Oh,
He's knocking on wood.
oh.
But yeah. So unless there's a third way that the group can think of that I didn't, there's probably 2 paths up. Going up the road, which isn't as switchbacky as the previous one, or going up the more gentler slopes, taking a more stealthy approach.
Gentler slope.
The less obvious we are, the more better chance we have.
Yeah, we don't know the situation.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever. I think
And he goes, sorry, go ahead.
Kaigo's all for trying to get there as quickly as possible, but going up the people mover would let everything know that something's happening. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What if we set the people mover going, but use it as a distraction? So they're all focused on the people mover.
That's a good idea for if we need a distraction. Right now they have no idea we're even here. That might alert them to at least something going on.
It might be good to keep someone posted as the people mover to set it off if we get the signal, though.
Yeah. Oh, General.
Yeah, have the cat do it.
Hey, he's killed Bigfoots.
Yeah,
That's
but he doesn't
Stone
have
Giant.
thumbs.
If it's just a big switch, he could jump up and pull it.
Yeah. All right. You see this?
Wow.
If I give you the signal, flip it. All right.
Wow.
The signal will be Oh God, wait. How am I gonna signal you?
With your cell phone.
I don't know how to do the Kaito thing.
Oh,
What Kaiko thing?
You
Call him
don't
on
know
your
how to
cell phone.
dial a cell phone?
No, we can't dial anybody right now.
Yeah, we can. Within, we can't contact anyone outside of the area.
How's the
Well,
cat gonna
okay,
answer the
that's-
phone?
you do
He'll
have
hear it
two.
ring. He'll hear it ring.
Oh, that was also another thing that I forgot. But with Fallow updating the trackers, that was another way that you were able to avoid the reconstructed, is because it could sense now that it's attuned to the necrotic energy signal. That's how you're able to avoid it. But that also has the peer-to-peer communication, so you could leave one behind with the general or leave a cell phone behind. So yeah, this plan has merit.
If you hear this ring, that means we need a big distraction. All right. So if you hear this ring, set this off and then get the fuck out of here. Right? Okay. You stay safe while I'm gone. All right.
And as you start walking off, he was already looking off to the side, tracking a field mouse. He's like, wow.
General, focus.
I mean, cats are going to cat.
Yeah.
He'll hear
Alright.
the cell phone.
Yeah. He is a general.
It's a
He's
reconstructed mouse.
beautiful. Oh God.
Oh my
I
God.
think I might actually have that art.
So a fucking reconstructed Jellicle cat shows up.
Oh Christ!
God.
Oh no! Do not
So-
breathe that evil into the world.
Helical cats
you were
have gigantic
You
swords.
were
and-
expecting a cavity, but get ready for neck cavity.
No.
No.
At least it's
The
a fucking
general will
Buster
just
for
have another-
Jones.
The general will just have another awesome
The
off-screen
weak
battle.
bugger.
Fine.
That or
Buster
the,
Bot Jones.
Reap Tugger.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
Finally, a worthy opponent.
And Buster Bot Jones would be like a Michael Bay Transformer, so he'd be puking and farting all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, Skibble cranks the reconstructed cat.
Gimbal cranks the railway cat. The cat that's a railway train.
Is now a good time to point out that every time one of you says the reconstructed, my brain wants to auto-finish it as Reconstructicons?
Beard, what are you doing here?
Don't mind me collecting samples.
let's see. So group is going to head up the slope rather than the road, with General staying behind to activate the people mover as a possible distraction.
Yes.
Possible distraction? Jeez. Come on.
That seems
Buddy,
to be
don't give out on me now.
not the shape of it.
This time as we go. Did I... Should I have not done that to the spindle guy?
Done what?
Well, you know.
What did you do to the spindle man?
You were all there.
I mean, I wasn't paying attention.
I was eating.
I did the thing.
Oh, that.
You bit him?
No, that
You were protecting all of us.
the mind thing.
You were protecting.
Oh, you purple manned him.
Ugh. Oh God.
Don't
That was just
compare her to
feel
that.
worse.
So You say that, and Zoe like shrinks down.
But like in a good way.
Of all the David Tennant characters, you compare her to that.
I mean, I was really just looking for mind control characters, and that's the one that popped in my head because it's like kind of the most iconic use of mind control I've ever seen.
He's like the worst possible thing, though.
I mean, it is like about the most evil way you could use mind control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
God, now I think I feel even worse about this.
Just
I'm sorry,
describe it as neuralizing him.
Yeah, that's better. You know, see, now you're Will Smith, slapping Chris Rock all over the place.
That's a dated reference.
Yeah, don't you want to slap Chris Rock, Zoe?
Kinda.
I mean, I saw Madagascar 3. I do.
I have not actually seen number 3.
No, I haven't either. I just saw the Afro Circus ads, and that was enough.
It's a shame because the first 2 were pretty good.
The first one, I really felt the penguins are more interesting than the main characters. Why do we keep casting Ross from Friends and things? He's not good.
Anyway, but like you saw how he reacted. Did I fuck up that guy's brain?
To answer your question, Zoe, you're protecting us. Whatever happened to him, that's on Spindle.
Is it though?
I think so.
I mean, if they inserted something into his head that would short circuit if he was being fucked with his mind, yeah.
I'm the one who did it though. Like,
how would you known?
I don't know. I'm not the brightest. We've kind of established that.
Zoe.
Celia?
I was gonna say something, but then I realized it would be very self-deprecating.
No, good. Then don't say it. I did that. I did it to the other guy, and God, I think that just made things worse.
Well, you know.
Yes, I don't know. Like, he told us stuff, which is good, but like, God, I think
Listen, good and evil are very relative sometimes. And, you know, sometimes your friends eat Alex Jones, so I say we don't get too hung up on this sort of thing.
I didn't eat Alex Jones.
Well,
I just butchered him.
I just kind of assumed that eating was involved. You eat a lot of things.
Wait, Celia murdered Alex Jones?
You know?
She said she did.
You didn't know that?
This is out of character. I thought Celia only told the Undines.
No, I'm pretty sure she's told us by this point.
Yeah, I think we were like on the phone with her when it happened.
Okay, Celia didn't directly tell you. She just.
I feel like Celia's referenced it enough times where.
She just cackled maniacally when someone mentioned that Alex Jones had been murdered, and also Taco reassured Celia that the police had a sketch of her as the thing that killed Alex Jones, and had to reassure her that it looked nothing like her.
It's been a while. Out of character, I can't remember.
Yeah, in character, I remember. I remember that Julie knows that Celia's killed Alex Jones.
Zoe just kind of put it together. I think she was on the phone call with it, but either way, she would have put it together by now.
The hunter who has been quiet and during this entire trip up the mountain up until now is just mumbles, "These are the people I'm going into battle with."
The point is, I didn't eat him because he turned into a big bloated mass of angry tar.
Listen, you neuralize a spindle agent. Celia's killed celebrities. I've driven at least 7 cars into buildings in my lifetime. We've all done things that we're not exactly proud of, and yet here we are saving the world from zombies.
Wait a second. Are you the reason the corner cone went out of business?
Yeah.
From massive property damage?
I feel bad about that. God, Their
Julie
flurries
has a
are so
kill
good.
count.
Oh no!
Julie is the
no.
millennial that keeps killing businesses. It's been her the whole time.
Millennials are not killing businesses. Julie has it all, who kills 10 businesses a year and is an outlier should not be counted.
Okay, but
God.
like reaching your will into someone else's brain and making them do something like that's fucked up, isn't it? Is that
I
like
mean,
not
isn't that just
exactly
what
the
a
kind of thing?
conversation is? Like, if you're doing it right?
What?
Isn't that just what a conversation is if you're doing it right?
I mean, if you think
No.
about
I
it,
express my thoughts and feelings in an attempt to convince you of something. If you agree, I have reached my will into your brain and
Hey.
made you think something.
Yeah, but like you've done it in like the normal way. I've just
Yeah,
like
and you're
thought
just
really hard.
shortcutting it occasionally with people who would be
No.
really stubborn. It's not like you told him to go kill himself or
No.
watch White Chicks. You didn't make him do anything horrible. You're just
Wait,
making him do
just
things to save
amazing.
people. That movie's garbage. What are you talking about?
No,
White
that
Chicks
was
was
that was an old internet reference. But like, what if I looked at you and told you to like dump Kaiko? That'd be fucked up, wouldn't it?
Would be, but if they told me to not murder their friends, I think I'd be kind of okay with it. And also kind of wondering why I wanted to murder their friends. So,
Zoe, if it makes you feel better, you can mind control me into never hurting you too.
No, I don't like taking away someone's free will. But like, they're it's Spindle.
let me tell you, as a formerly rich white girl raised by hardcore fundamentalist Christian conservative parents, some people aren't using their free will very well.
I don't know.
It's Phineas who goes, wolf. I think by this point he's like lit up a cigarette and he's just kind of like standing there watching.
Well, I said we were walking as we were talking.
Oh, I was gonna have to. You're gonna have to roll for like going.
Oh, okay.
I assume this was
How are you?
At the bottom chatting.
How are you all less? How are you guys less bothered by this than I am?
Kaiko Sweats, I plead the fifth.
Because you're the one who used it, and therefore your guilt complex is affecting you more strongly than what would us, who understand why you did it.
Because I generally don't give a shit about that guy.
And like Phineas points at Celia when she says that. He's like, I think she's got a point.
I'm just saying, I got nearly killed by a gun Jesus 2 days, like a week and a half ago at this point. Mind control's not that impressive compared to gun Jesus.
I mean, seriously, what is the better outcome here? Do you rewrite the guy's brain so he forgets the incriminating stuff, or he remembers the incriminating stuff, comes to find you at Hal's house once this whole adventure is over, takes you to a table and cuts you open, and then we have to go kill his ass? Like, which is the better option?
He already knows.
And that's the point. You made him not know.
No, I made him erase the things he's seen in this place, which would include us, but like the information he had about us, he already had.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, if no one else has that information, then it might be harder for him to get funds to come over to your house and dissect you.
No, like,
listen, I've never been good at moral quandaries. I was raised to believe that some people were chosen to be good by God and others were chosen to be evil, and there was no changing that no matter what you do.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah, it really does suck. So, like, I've accepted that that's not true, I think.
It's hard to break indoctrination.
So, I say we're keeping people from being hurt. We're doing good shit.
I'm also going to point out they haven't cut you open yet, which means they're not going to cut you open after this.
Once we're not stop being useful, they might. Once Isaacs opens Thimble and suddenly they have a competitor, they might.
You took the path of least harm, Zoe.
What?
You took the path of least harm.
I mean, I
Yeah,
was
you're
planning
right.
on just kind of,
Nothing in that. You're right. Nothing about that roll and fixed farm. Yeah.
It's like the trolley problem, Zoe. If you have two people tied down to a trolley track, and on the other track you have one person tied down to the other track, and you can choose which one they hit. You took the path where you jumped onto the trolley and decapitated the guy piloting it with your sword.
No, she took the track where she purple man the guy who was tied to the track. Shit, neuralized. I meant neuralized.
So, tall, dark, and handsome there, you doing okay? Phineas says over to Hal.
He just kind of shoots him a look. Complicated.
Man, this reminds me of the one Alcoatl episode where someone was mind controlled and they had to wear a certain dress, and it was really weird.
Hal just kind of looks away and goes, "This reminds me of the fact that one of my mother's friends is being mind controlled by Spindle right now."
Yeah. See.
That episode awakened something in me.
Tycho sweat.
That's like. That's like. See. Mind control. It's fun. Like,
But
This reminds me of how fun it was when the people mover dropped during our last adventure. I mean, what happened after it hit the bottom wasn't as fun, but the drop was fun.
Zoe, I'm not in any position to forgive or condemn you for what you did. You are trying to help. You feel bad because you're not Spindle. That means that you are trying to do good things. And the fact that you feel bad about it means you're still human. Just don't get used to it.
I guess.
If you ever stop feeling bad about doing it, then that's when you're going to have problems.
But that doesn't mean you should never stop feeling bad about it, because you should forgive yourself.
I feel like I'm gonna have to do it again. We got some complicated lives, guys.
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
Will
Benedict.
Smith neuralized so
Ready
many
to go.
people.
Are you ready to go murder some people, Benedict?
I'm long past that point.
Good. I didn't want to be the only one.
Look, I see now. Getting those guys out of the mind control might be the worst possible fucking thing I could have done. It's probably just more fucking merciful to kill them.
And like Suki, wordlessly Phineas just kind of salutes with a cigarette.
Just a little nod and acknowledgement, like, yep. I will be honest with you. Half the problems with the cult is that when people come to their senses, the bodies aren't always, because they're monsters. Mercy is sometimes painful. Anyways, let's get up the mountain before this gets even more awkward and we get ambushed by zombies from just talking and standing in the relatively speaking open.
I mean, we're glamored, but that's a good point.
Yeah. Let's just go.
And like Phineas will be like, "Kid, it's like I said, life is a bunch of fuck ups and fix ups. Unfortunately, it's a mistake and it's gonna haunt you, but you're gonna have to move on." And I see this as a guy several centuries old who's watched people he's loved grow old and die without him, and people who were young and died without me. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep moving on.
I'm not convinced it was a mistake.
Have you ever purple man anyone, Phineas?
Oh my god, can you
They're
stop?
alive.
Oh shit! I mean, have you neuralized someone, Phineas?
Not quite. That would have been very useful for some time when I was without my illusions up, and I needed to erase memories. But no, I haven't.
I mean, I think Julie
I've
technically.
gotten people so drunk that they didn't remember later. If that counts.
Didn't you technically like brainwash or reprogram that Needlebird, Julie?
No,
reprogramming.
what was happening was that the Weaver was restringing it with threads from our universe rather than threads from the Supreme Authority's universe. So that way it didn't have to rely upon his direct control and messages. In a way, it was sort of like breaking it free out of a dominating force rather than giving it a new dominating force, because the Weaver doesn't really do direct control. This is the most lucid Julie has ever talked about the Weaver, BT dubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
Somewhere in
finally.
Melody, Isaac is just feeling frustrated for no reason. Like, wait, why am I getting upset? I've been losing about this.
I once seduced a cashier at Confederate States of Chicken to give me free chicken. Does that count?
And Phineas gives you a high five.
Celia returns it.
See, that's different. Oh God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say to Tamlin when we get back?
Tell her that you neuralized a guy. She says with an audible pause when she wanted to say Purple Man.
Yeah. But
never mind. Isaac's not here to say this. Never mind.
I mean, let's be real here. Tamlin seems like the kind of person who would be into Ka.
Into what?
Yeah.
Into what?
The snake that launched 1,000 ships.
Oh.
Oh, it's hypnosis stuff.
Okay. I don't.
We should,
Just
like
in
that one.
me.
we should probably
Just
go.
in me.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just go.
Let's go before this session gets any hornier.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Oh, dude.
dangerously close to magical realms. Okay, so as the group starts to go heading up the slope, let's see. Actually, let me check.
Also, here's an episode title. God, I wish that was me.
Let's see.
Wait.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so I guess this would be read a bad situation if two people
Oh,
want
God.
to roll
I'll do it.
from the way up.
How many people?
2.
Everyone or?
All right, that's
What, two?
it.
2,
Right,
just because having 6 people roll and with how people are rolling above the 10s, it's just where you get way too many holds.
All right,
Yeah,
that's a
that's fair.
6, a 4 plus my weird. No, not my weird. That's my sharp, I think.
Yeah, that's sharp.
So that would be a 13.
I don't think I can roll below a 10. So
This isn't my best stat, so if somebody else wants to do it.
I rolled it and I failed.
Oh no.
Sharp is one of my marked things, and it's a failure. So I leveled up, baby!
nice. So, on a miss, you might misread the situation, reveal technical details to your enemies. Okay, so, Keiko, what do you want to ask?
The best way to protect the victims and any dangers we haven't noticed yet.
Okay, so the group, you're going along, following Phineas up, and it's like I've never been skiing, so forgive me being a desert person, so I don't know if this makes sense as I'm describing it. So, because this is normally a ski slope, there's a lot of areas that are cleared, so people can go down without going into trees, but there are still copses of trees, so it's not just an entire bald side of a mountain. So by going between some of these copses that the trails that you would know would curve around during when it's covered in snow. You start making your way up the mountain, and uh, it's one of the gentler slopes, so it's not that strenuous of it, but it's still middle of the night. It's raining. You're still going uphill, so it's a bit harder. Best way in with that, Keiko, that is what you're doing. You're leading people to like minimizing the amounts where you're exposed, and as you're like darting between these stands of trees. And best way to protect the victims was the second one.
Yep.
You do see like up in the air, you see some, or you see like once in the air, like a gargoyle fly overhead, and you stop the group, and you do see like the telltale glint of, now that you've known to look for these, the eyes, because there is like a faint luminescence to their eyes, but it like with that you're able to avoid them, and with the trackers that the group has. But there is dangers you haven't noticed. Is a moment where actually you see up ahead, and the tracker blips saying that there is a large detection of a necrotic source, as it seems to be patrolling the mountainside. Like, the trackers aren't very precise until they're like up closer, but it is saying that there is a source up ahead. So you think that there is a single larger reconstructed possibly ahead. And Julie,
Yes.
with your miss, you are going along, and you feel something like, as the group is like passing between the like an open area between these trees, you feel something swoop, like large, like swoop overhead. And I don't know if Julie would do this. Like, I don't know if you like give out a shot. I don't know how girly of a scream Julie would do as something like swoops high close enough that
Oh
there's a
shit! What's that?
And looking up just in time, with people with night vision and the glasses, you see swooping overhead. You just got buzzed by a large winged creature, two wings. At first, well, you're not sure they even wings at first, because you just see these two massive eyes staring down at you from the sky, but then they flap, and you realize they're eye spots on these two pairs of really large leathery wings, as a long conical beak sticks out front with a comb on his head. No feathers, but maybe like downy piko feathers. As you see
Yeah,
the Hellcat just buzzed you.
Oh my god, a
As
pterodactyl.
And Phoenix is like, oh fucking, yeah, that thing can sometimes smell through my glamour. That thing's a little shithead. Come on, let's go.
What was that?
And he goes, Hellkite, pterodactyl, I think. Used to spook the shit out of the lumberjacks. And so you would know that was like mentioned in the thing. It's one of the more famous cryptids of it. And it is, yeah, there's like, it's a fearsome critter pterodon or pterodactyl, where it has its wings have large eye spots, and the locals call it the Hellkite.
Awesome.
Phineas seems mostly just frustrated that it decided to buzz you, but it is large. Like, it is probably Unbewitched Melody Mothman wingspan.
Oof. That's a big
I
one.
know Bewitched Mothman is huge.
Which Mothman? Mothman is big.
Yeah, so, but when Julie, you gave that shout, is up, further up ahead, the group you hear higher up, this distant roar, or like shout. And you see the little blip on the tracker is starting to head closer your way.
Ooh.
Yep, that's my bad. I can't wiggle my way out of that one.
You got buzzed by a big thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what are we about to do here?
Get ready to kick some ass, I guess.
How big is the thing
Alright.
that's coming? Can't go.
Are you going to confront, chase, or hide? Or confront, run, or hide? Not chase.
Maybe we can maybe we can set an ambush for it. All it knows is the noise came from here.
Right, I can do that. I have. It's a trap.
Your meddling kid ability, right?
Yeah.
Zoe, you forgot your oldest trick in the book?
I haven't gotten to use it in a while. We haven't exactly had a stationary place to catch something in a while.
Well, it seems it's coming your way. You're not sure how far off, but the roar or shout was distant.
Okay.
And
All right. I think I know exactly what.
actually, you would think you would. I don't know who would realize this. Actually, Benedict probably. The only reconstructed that you've heard make a sound besides like hissing, like soft hissing, is the reconstructed Sasquatch. But it was a different sounding roar. You don't think that's another one?
It's something big, but it's not Sasquatch. Since all we know is it only took one.
There were only the three. There was only the three family that lived here: the patriarch, Arma, the mother, and the kid.
We might be dealing with a troll.
I thought Sasquatch was the troll.
No.
Oh, great. Well,
Sasquatch was risen dead, not reconstructed.
Does anybody have any rope or other similar material?
Rope? Kaiko does.
Yeah, Kaiko. I would just say that rope would be a pretty easy thing to have. Yeah. Sorry, choke you on one spit.
Ooh, careful. Let's see. What is the trap? It's on a plus sharp. Okay, I got a 7. Just a really low roll for trap. I've always rolled pretty high on that, but
Want me to help out?
Yeah,
you could help out, but that I need to get above a 9 to get like the extra effects. So.
All right. Well, I got 11
11
to help out.
So, can people helping out stack or just one?
That is a good question.
I think it's just one person.
Yeah, that's how I would probably rule it.
Especially with the party this big. Oh well, that's still an 8, unless help like brings you up to the next tier. But I don't bet that's a lot.
So you help out on a 10 plus, you give them +1 on your roll. 7 or
Okay,
9, you
that's
give them +1, but expose yourself to trouble.
All right, well that's an 8, which this would do is on a 7 to 9 you catch something, or 7 or higher you capture something. When you capture, when you make a trap, capture a monster, a minion, roll plus sharp. On a 7 to 9 or higher, you catch something. On a 10 plus, not only do you catch something, but you can choose extra effects. I did not get any of the extra effects.
Okay.
So it will. I did not get. The effects are: it'll take some time to get free, inflicts harm, or the trap may be reset and reused later. But I did not get any of those, so it's just going to get caught for a minute.
Okay. And
so are we gonna do that and run, or?
Like, what kind of trap you setting? A snare, a noose?
Oh yes, a giant snare because these things are not
A
small.
pitfall trap, maybe?
We don't have time to dig a big hole.
In the raining dark.
Raining dark, yeah. So she just has like.
Well, I mean, to be completely fair, it has been established in canon that Undines have preternatural burrowing abilities.
Wait,
Only
is
in
that-
Minecraft.
Oh,
Only
right.
AKA
I
the
forgot
ruins
that
of
was a Minecraft
Atlantis.
Well, if that was the case, you may have to watch out for creepers since it's nighttime. But,
I mean, we are dealing with
We're
zombies.
watching out for
skeletons.
skeletons,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and they burned in the daylight.
But wait,
Um,
when a skeleton hits a creeper, the creeper goes out the skeleton. Let them fight.
so you're setting a snare for it to tangle it up.
Yes. Get it caught.
Okay, I'll say you managed to like. Now because it's getting closer, but it's still like, you could probably still slip away if you wanted to, but there's still the chance that it may not go into the snare. So it's either you want to set it and leave it and hope it gets to it, or you want to
I
have
mean-
someone as bait.
My roll says something it will capture something.
Oh,
If it's coming this way.
Okay, so what does the group want to do? Stay and take care of this, or try to sneak away?
It's up to everybody else.
I'm on team sneak away.
Sneak away sounds smart.
Yeah.
That would be the smartest thing to do.
It's a bias a minute, but like not for very long.
Okay. And I'm gonna guess that people just want to get out of the area and don't want to see what it is.
I kind of would, but
Want to? I don't want to know what it is.
hold on.
And this
I think
isn't me as a DM trying to bait. I'm just trying to.
Figure out.
This
Yeah.
thing is going to harass us if we rescue everyone anyway.
And Phineas is like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that.
Because once we get
Yeah,
everyone
isn't
out
it?
and everything comes for us, what are we going to do?
And it's probably not going to be quiet once we get up there, and it would possibly come out behind us. I'm down for sneaking away because I'll admit these things kind of scare me, but I'll
And
just let you.
You're not a.
Here, we're gonna have to take care of it. And he cocks the shotgun.
Okay. But like,
Alright, Benedict's man, fuck around. I'm gonna fuck around as well.
yeah. So
Well, we've been fucking around. Time to find out.
So, okay, so the group is going to
Yeah,
get in
because
the ambush.
either way, once we get up to there and rescue everyone, that whatever the thing is, we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, it's still gonna be around, so I'll do it now while we have more of a chance of holding it still.
yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. So, the group gets into hiding, to ambush,
Yeah.
and with Phineas, providing the glamour, the group goes and you set up this snare at the edge of one of these tree copse areas where you're hiding among the trees, but after a bit you've been watching the trackers as this thing gets closer and closer, and once it's close enough it does lock on and this blip is coming closer, and at first you think it is a regular bear, impressively large as it is, that ambles into view. But upon seeing it clearly, you know this is more monstrous than the ordinary bear. What was once a grizzly bear turns ahead mostly missing its flesh and fur towards you. Blood and torn flesh dripping from its lipless jaws and motes of sickly green light and eyeless sockets. Cancerous growths of bone armor, cancerous growths of bone armor the skull, as well as splitting its hide across its body with the plates of cancerous bone forming a crude supernatural armor across the undead bear. It is not hard to spot more of the same reanimating spikes driven into its body like a picador's swords. It rears up onto its hind legs, sniffs at the air, turns its head in your direction, and gives an ursine roar of challenge, allowing you to spot a tattered collar and faded tie around its thick neck before it drops to all fours and charges towards the group as you hear Phineas go, "Oh no, they got Boogie," as you see this bear go charging in and then give a roar of annoyance as it suddenly its legs are tangled up in this rope.
So do we roll initiative now?
Yep.
So that's a shark, right?
Be the bear.
So this isn't a troll, this is just a bear.
Just a bear.
Yeah, the troll's gonna be something much bigger.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So act under pressure for the
Cool.
initiative.
7.
9.
Brain, do math. 11.
Dice, come on.
Let's see. So Julie first. No, I do not mean whole. Damn autocorrect. Oh, Hunter.
This is
Cuckoo.
Ow.
Cuckoo, Cecilia, and then Zoe and Suki. Suki and Zoe, which is your modifier for those?
0. Okay.
You might be muted again. He just rolled, so I know he's here. Great, you are silent if you are talking.
Sorry about that. Microphone was muted. So, was it?
Let's
What's
say
your
not your
modifier?
modifier for.
Oh, my modifier for cool is a sharp 0.
Oh god, if you re-rolled the exact same thing then.
Okay, roll off. Unless you want to pick who goes first. I just like having people roll off.
Yeah, I don't know, let Suki go first because she's going last like every combat.
I mean,
That's
that
fair.
worked out last time.
It's fine, you can go.
Julie.
I can't bite these things, so I gotta like think.
Yeah, Julie.
Yeah?
You see this giant undead bear try charging forward, but then get tangled up in the ropes, and it is stopped for now. But it looks like these ropes, while holding now, this bear looks like it could probably escape them eventually.
Cool, 9 kicks some ass.
All right.
4 damage. I make that
damage.
5. I'm gonna have my bonus be. Oh wait, it's 9 kicks some ass. So yeah, that's just 4 damage. Not a
Okay.
10, William. Don't get saucy.
And what was the effects? Because I can't remember if you.
It's messy. It's magic.
Armor piercing.
And devastating.
I can't remember what the.
Basically, it does 4 harm, and it unless armor is specifically like magic resistant, you don't give a shit.
Okay. So you rush up and you're swipe with your claws or your claw, and it is you aim for a portion of it where these cancerous bones haven't emerged from the underneath or spread to this armor, and you just do this really nasty slash down its side as it basically backhands you doing 3 damage.
Oof.
With just the brute strength of it. And you actually, I guess, being closer, you would realize that while the Sasquatch wasn't exactly reconstructed, it looks like this thing was, where the bones were grown from the inside out to make armor.
Julie wipes a bit of blood from her mouth and is like, okay, that's a bear.
So, did you make it any more powerful? It didn't need it.
So,
Berserker, no!
Benedict,
Alrighty then.
You
That
should
is in
still have.
fact-
tonight you were a bear, tonight you fight a bear.
You still have at least 5 to 6 shots left in your assault shotgun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely gonna do that. Let's kick some ass.
Do it.
That would be a 9.
A 9. 9 on kicks and ass. Where is it?
I'm going to post the stats again if you need it.
Electron. Yeah, it's a 10 that you get the extra effect. So, how much was the shotgun slugs?
It appears to be.
I know shotgun's 3, but then the salt gives.
They are
It was
3
made by
harm.
Tycho, so they technically count as her so holy, so it's technically 6 plus whatever salt does.
Yeah.
Okay. And were you okay? So, oh, actually, so when you rush forward to attack, the glamour was still there, but as you stride forward, it's like the little purple sheen that was over everyone. That was you kind of like don't notice it, like after a few minutes after Phineas uses it, but as you like step forward, it's almost as if like your claw is reaching out, pop this bubble around you all, and the shimmer disappears as the glamour is broken. And Benedict, you step forward, and I assume probably not like right up against it and give a shot.
Yep.
Okay. And you blast off with these like white flame incendiary rounds looking that just like blast off a chunk of this armor on the other side of it as it gives this roar of annoyance and pain. And it like it like looks at you and then just gives this big sweep of the claws, sending a scattering of rocks and debris in your direction, dealing 2 harm as you get hit with like a decent, like a football-sized rock.
Ooh.
This thing is starting back a little enraged, but how?
Well, that doesn't harm Benedict too much. I miss the clothes that Julie made for him are not so lucky.
No!
Just getting further shredded.
Aw.
Well, Benedict's gonna be so mad that Benedict broke his clothes.
Just means more practice for Julie. So, how?
Okay. I mean, I just rolled a 12. I might kick some ass, so
Stupid.
Nice.
I
You
have.
get an extra.
I
Oh yeah,
have.
you have advanced get some ass.
Yeah, I do. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the claw spear because it ignores armor, and I'm gonna use advanced kick some ass to completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight gets +1 forward.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna kind of tilt, like get the spear up underneath the chin of the bear and push it down so it's on its back. So there's just the belly is exposed.
Okay.
Yes, Hal is wrestling a bear right now, just so you know. He's very skilled at this.
Helcoatl is smiling from beyond.
So,
From beyond the tree line, yes.
And the harm it does is 3 and ignores armor. Yeah.
okay.
But going forward, everybody else gets a +1. Please hit the bear. I have got
Use
to
the momentum
run.
of the run
Yeah.
under it and look it over.
Okay, so it's a 6 + 1 plus my 3 and Hal's
I
plus
didn't mean to
1.
cut you off, Carl.
Be right back, by the way. I gotta go.
So that would be an 11. Cat!
Or-
Go! Go, kitty! Sorry, my cat's yelling at me.
I was going to make a joke saying, but the general's back at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, that's a
Battling
plus
an evil Jellicle.
That's a plus 11?
With what are you attacking it with?
The fire, obviously.
Okay. So, how much damage did you say again? Did you say 11 plus?
No, that's the 11 was the hit.
Okay. And what's the fire do?
All right,
Normally?
I'm pretty sure that would be. It's doubled plus it's a +4 regularly, doubled to 8, and if this is an ambush, that would be an additional +2 due to my sneaky. Which, given it's
Okay.
on the ground,
And it's tangled up. Yeah, well, you kind of wiped it out, so Hal, when you drove into it, because you kind of had to jump, push it into it, it does swipe at you, dealing 4 harm. Oh wait, no, how much harm did it do, Julie?
Kelly Beerbead.
I did
Yeah,
four.
but how much-
I did 4 damage.
I mean, how much did it do to you in retaliation? I can't remember.
Well, it did 3, but I have 1 armor, so it did 2.
Yeah, okay. So when Hal gets back, it'll be took 3 damage. But Keiko, you focus the flame on this thing, and once again, you just feel its excitement as it's unleashed. And Hal, Julie, they have to step back as this thing just erupts again into the blue flame, as it is it just starts roaring in this agonizing bellow as the flame just catches, as if this thing, even in the rain, this thing is just pure dry tinder and kindling, and it just goes up in flame and is flailing there and eventually goes still. Flame continues to smolder on this corpse as it's just greedily consuming it.
do you want me to roll a plus weird to rein it in?
Yeah, that would be probably a good time, because this is a big meal for it.
A flat 10, 6 + 1 + 3. Flat
So
10.
it resists you at first because it doesn't want to, it's like a kid that's like, no, I want more cake kind of attitudes. You kind of get the vibe of before it relents and the flames snuff out, leaving this warped, charred, unrecognizable mass of just charcoal. And once again, you see that ripple of flame just go across Keiko, across the burns, as it's a little more intense this time, as you keep feeding it. But the undead grizzly was not as much of a threat as I thought it was going to be. Okay.
We are pretty tough, yeah.
So, Hal, you took 3 damage when you speared it because it lashed out at you,
Okay.
and Keiko nuked it. It is now dead.
Okay.
Well then.
Thanks, Kaiko.
2 harm then.
Oh, yeah, that's blood.
So you said this thing had a name?
Yeah, Phineas.
And
Smokey the
he's
Bear.
just like he's like standing there looking sad. He's like, yeah, that was Boogie. He was just a dumb bear. He was just harassed picnickers.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I have him on the shoulder. I'm sorry.
Oh, they've killing friends. I am going to kill more of them.
Yeah.
But as this thing's dead, the tracker blips saying that there is a tracking that a gargoyle is now passing overhead, nearby. It seems to be reacting.
Oh, Suki's gonna duck for cover because we're no longer invisible.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, fucking hide.
I think it's probably a good time to do our distraction.
Yeah. With the general. The phone starts to ring.
Kaiko gets on the device and presses a button.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, the phone rings down there, and the general. There's like, okay, for the you're not sure if what's happening at first, but then there's like a distant like creaking noise, as like off in the distance you see the lights flash on for the people mover, as the lift, as you start seeing it roll.
Hey, there we go.
All right, let's get a move on.
Hope that's a suitable. I hope they like actually care about that.
If anything, it's a good escape route.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a move on.
Do we?
Hello?
After a moment.
Oh, I just said something and just no one responded for like a while. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tally ho.
Yeah.
Should we glamour out first?
Sorry, what?
Should we glamour out first?
Can you do another one, or are you
Yeah.
out?
Kaiko, you're always glamorous.
Phineas takes a moment before he spits in his palms, rubs his hands together, and claps, setting another ripple of the purple bewitched energy across everyone. God damn it! I just saw the cake TT posted.
You know what?
I just posted some
posted
cake.
Mm.
Oh, is that no? That's knitted. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Very
Lego
impressive.
at first.
It's very impressive if you think about it.
Oh no! Would Julie
Why
knit
does
that?
the cake have an ass though?
It's a cake with
As a
cake.
cake.
It's got cake. You want double cake?
This is totally something Julie would see and then make with her knitting fingers.
He's making one slice for all of her friends.
So,
My God.
yeah. So, with the distraction and the patrolling bear now dead, seeing and looking at the tracker, it seems the path is pretty clear. There are a few moments where you have to stop for gargoyles. Seems more have shown up and like are kind of roaming around, but they don't seem to have caught track of you, and they seem more concerned with the they like fly overhead towards the lift area, but eventually you start seeing up ahead through the trees. You see the clear and then the ski resort itself with some lights on. And there's actually you would see like a small bonfire, not too big, but like a smaller one, just kind of out front with some people standing around it.
Do they look culty?
Hey,
Like looking,
hey Suki, do they look culty?
Suki, you look through your scope, and yeah, they are similar to Elias, where they look like they have carved their own skin. And actually, you watch as there's one guy just kind of kneeling on the ground as a woman's taking a knife and just carving into his back a symbol.
Yep, they're cultists, alright.
Oh boy.
Why is it always they're
There's-
carving into each other when I look? For fuck's sake.
There's about 4 of them stationed outside you around this fire, but you do see lights like on in the inside of this resort. It's like one single large building that has like a large, like Julie, you would know this. It's a single large building where the front area that is facing towards where the out towards where the group is like a large central area where like that's normal Buddhists or people gather. It's like kind of like a reception,
Like a visitor center?
hall area. Yes, and then like all the rooms are upstairs and stuff.
All right, guys, welcome to the Visitors Lodge.
Ew. So like, we should stop that before they finish drawing stuff, right?
Probably.
It looks like they're just marking. It's not a victim they're marking.
Okay.
This isn't a victim thing. It's a ritualistic tattooing. Once again, knife and the carved in the flesh. Not the greatest idea, but I'm pretty sure these are people who are already on board to become zombies. So like, or reconstructed or whatever. So like, more to them, I guess. It seems willing. So this is where the big question comes in, because I can operate under my standard mode of operandi, or are we trying to save everyone?
I don't know. I got the other guy out, but like
Remind
I
me,
don't
when
know.
we played the song, did that ensure the other guy was removed from the thing?
we don't know yet. We have
I
not
think it was
seen where this
only-
will go.
Because as far as I know, I think it was only Zoe's mental dominion.
Yeah, my mental dominion is what got him out of it.
I'm not
The
sure.
song
song-
we hope that
Like, okay, so Zoe, when you initially did the mental dominion on him, and I guess like canceled out the thing with your own mind control waves, he said that he could still hear the song, but it was muffled and distant. But he was afraid it would get closer. When he listened to Benedict's, he said it was. He said it was he could barely hear it, that he was able to resist it, because he said that even the way he talked, it sounded like it was the song playing over and over in his head.
so like the two things combined seem to work best, but we still don't know for 100%.
You can't
100% sure.
longingly stare into everybody's
so
eyes.
Mouth is,
And plus, we don't know how
Also-
the improved song will work.
yeah, and Malthus thing said that the song that the Tinker made with Benedict, it resisted it. It didn't reverse it.
So like between me and the song, we might be able to stave it off for maybe long term.
But also,
Possibly, yeah.
that was the Melith version, not the improved version, and we don't know what the improved version will do.
Yeah, but we were fighting an interdimensional zombie plague.
Is there any like loudspeakers nearby? Given as a ski resort, you probably have like announcement, like speakers
There's
somewhere.
probably like some kind of announcement speakers. But
You
this place
try and
looks a little old, so I don't know if you'd be able to hack it from a distance.
you'd probably like
If you got
if
access
we're
to
not,
it, you can probably use it.
well,
My question is, are we going with the goal that we're rescuing everyone as much as we can? Or are we going that people who are carving tattoos and symbols into their chest are too far gone to be saved?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if saving that other guy was even the right decision. He's pretty fucked up right now. Go.
Listen, we only have so much time. I only have so much patience. And I have plenty of bullets.
My call is save who you can, but if you can't, take your victories where you can.
Right. You know what?
So,
Yeah.
4 targets. I got 4 targets in sight. I can start taking shots. Take 1 or 2 definitely down.
Ow.
Don't know how they'll react to others.
Oh, hi, girl.
If you're trotting up behind the path, like probably a little bit winded, the general catches back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. You did it. Good job. She picks him up and puts him on her back. All right. So I'll try and knock out as many people as I can. You guys do what you need to.
And Fidith is like, wait, hold on, something's up. As you hear shouting from the building, and stepping out, you see you see the 4 around the bonfire. I say bonfire, but it's more like campfire size. They like look up and over as you see a group of probably like 8 or 10 people step out, and there's a guy who is like pointing and like seems to be giving directions as he's pointing off, and it's kind of distant, but I'm sure one of the group would be able to hear them say, it's like, something's happening at the lift, go check it out. Might be. And you see the like half of the group that came out with them go. So it's like actually decent sized portion of the group goes like starts walking off, and you like see some of them are like pick up, like you see a lumber axe, a hatchet, a machete.
They're going for a kill, but they're going to the ski lodge lift. I can see someone in charge. Should I take the shot?
And
So-
I'd say yes, but that'll break the glamour.
And we're gonna have to break the glamour anyway. We gotta get in there.
You guys start moving on ahead up with the group
I'm
going
gonna-
towards.
Kaiko, I'm gonna try to get to the radio place so I can broadcast a song. If anything, it might disorient them.
Yeah, at best it'll destroy them. Suki, you take the shot. I'm gonna like try and break as many people out of it as I can, at least temporarily.
To be fair, the situation might be more of yes, you can take them out of their situation by knocking them the fuck out.
Yeah,
Remember,
I can
that's
do
an
that.
option. Not with
I
your
can
mind
do that.
powers, with the fact you have a 6-foot-long tail of muscle.
I can do that too. I also have an axe.
You guys go get a head start. I'll take my shot. What was that?
Oh, non-lethally behead them.
Non-lethally behead them. Yes. Non-lethally unloads
Alright.
the salt, puts in the regular ammunition.
Zoe takes a breath and. How far away can I get before I'm visible?
Not too far. Maybe like 15 feet if being generous.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna
It's not a big
go.
aura to.
I'm just gonna go. I'll be out of the range of the glamour first, and we can see how things start to go, and then you guys can do your thing. All right? I'm big. I'll at least draw attention.
And the other group that went to go, they go walking down the road towards the lift,
Okay.
leaving the guy standing outside, which Fadia says, I think that's Ben. I never met the guy, but I think I've seen him around town. I think that's the fucker.
No one
And-
likes him, right?
These are-
Yeah, he's also like the only one wearing like slightly more elaborate clothing, while everyone else like gone full cultist, where they don't really seem to care much about protecting themselves from the elements or presentry stuff. While this guy is, it looks like he took like a priest's robe and like torn them open and like tattered them to be more like a shroud.
Hmm.
All right, everyone, this might turn into a clusterfuck. Just be careful. And I'm gonna take
Yeah.
the shot. The man's very clearly wearing "I'm visually distinctive" clothes.
It's like, I'm the herald of a new age.
Yeah, and he was the one like pointing and giving orders.
So we
Yeah.
roll initiative.
I believe so, although I think Suki, if we're letting
Yeah, I think
go
Suki
first.
should still get her thing off
Yep,
first.
I agree.
But so just before you roll that, I just want to make sure. So it sounds like the group might be splitting up.
So there's Zoe's
Kaiko, you said- yeah,
Zoe's heading
flying
into
up.
the crowd.
Someone should cover me. Kaiko.
Cover ya.
What?
I'll cover you.
Julie and Kaiko are going to go search for the PA system, while Zoe and the rest charge in,
Zoe at least is going into the crowd. Yes.
and Suki's providing cover fire.
Yes, specifically aiming at the head dude, because if you take him out, then you just have a bunch of confused humans, and those are easy enough to take out.
So I'm gonna guess Celia, Hal, and Benedict are rushing in with after Zoe.
I'm covering
Unless you have-
I'm covering Kaiko and Julie leaving. Like, I'm gonna keep them, anybody from chasing them, to give them a better head start.
Yeah, and Julie, I'd probably say that while you wouldn't know exactly where like the manager's office is, you're pretty sure you saw you're pretty sure that it'd probably be behind like the desk area. So, okay, yeah, Suki, you're up.
Alrighty, so if I'm doing my math right, I got a 7 on the dice. I feel like I can add my ability of I know my prey because it's a +1 ongoing when I'm knowingly investigating, pursuing, or fighting the type of monster that caused my loss, which is technically a cult. So that would be an 8.
Magical cult. Yep.
Um,
I don't know if your initial cult was interdimensional, but yeah, cult. That's it.
Cool. And then with the +2 for my tough, that is a kick some ass, so it's a total of 10.
Damn.
Okay, so you get an extra hold, I believe.
Yes, I want this man to suffer painfully.
Inflict terrible harm.
Inflict terrible harm.
Okay, so how much damage is that total?
So with the rifle, it is 2 harm, far, and loud.
So 3 harm, and you aim as this guy's about to go back into. He looks like he's about ready to turn back in. When you take the shot, it cracks out in the rain. You actually, because it is still raining, you probably could time it with the thunder, so you fire off, and while it's like this bubble of glamour this bubble sheen that's covering each of you just pops as you fire it off, and this guy staggers as you're pretty sure you hit him, although he staggers and lurches for insight as the people that were still with him kind of look confused at first, and then they snap to readiness as they start looking around in confusion. But
Now
you
roll
definitely
cool.
got him. Yep.
Initiative.
Roll. Yep.
9.
That's
Dice, why do you hate me?
Oh no, what did you get?
I got a 5.
Oh my god!
I mean, to be fair, I got the shot. I'm okay
did,
if I go
yeah.
last.
But like, still, you've gone last like every fucking encounter.
You need to use different
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, you need to replace your
so,
dice.
so these dice don't like the initiative, but it also doesn't help that cool is one of my 0 stats.
So.
Ooh, Hunter, nice.
Oh, right.
Uh,
It is a plus 3.
TT
never mind.
and Lydia,
Hmm?
get rolling initiative.
Oh shit!
Oh shit. Uh,
Oh no. What? Oh, okay. What's your cool, Lydia?
3.
Okay, then you go before me. Yeah, because I have a +0.
Well, aren't I waiting to see what happens with you before I take an action?
Yes,
I got
but you rolled.
12.
Oh damn. What's your cool?
Uh, 3.
So is mine. Although Julie and Kaiko are both doing the same thing,
Yeah.
so that's not going to be much of an issue right now.
And then. So Zoe goes before Benedict.
You can stop screaming at me at any time.
So Keiko, Julie, Zoe, Benedict. Hal, 6. Wait,
You can
Oh, yeah,
stop
so-
screaming at me any time, you know.
why did I put Zoe? But okay, I'm confusing myself. Jeez. Hal and Suki. Okay. That correct?
Ha-
That
Yeah.
seems about right.
Uh,
Oh wait, why is Zoe so high?
I got 9.
Yeah, but Benedict got a 12.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't be above Benedict. I think Celia wanted to let me go first because she was waiting to see what was how I was gonna do.
Okay, that's better. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Keiko, Julie, you're up.
Okay, so what would I need to roll to beeline to do what I need to do?
Probably active pressure.
Alright, go! Fucker.
And Julie, probably roll the same thing.
That's a flat
9
10
action
for
or
me.
pressure.
Flat 10 for me.
So you said what to do. Okay, Julie, you get a. Let's see. I get to choose between a worst outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. What of those 3 do you want? Worst outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay?
So I'm trying to move sneakily, right?
Yeah, you and Kaiko are trying to like kind of skirt around to get to probably to like a side entrance.
I guess I pick price to pay.
Okay. Okay. So the 2 of you go scampering off to the side, away from where the people's attentions are, and you see a side door. And Julie, as you're walking, unfortunately, you twist your ankle in the dark, and you have a -1 to your next roll, or so.
Why is everything fucking doing horror movie cliches on me today?
It's because you kept saying Purple Man.
Benedict. Oh, so Keiko, Julie, you hurt your leg or you hurt your ankle, so you're limping a bit, but you keep up with Keiko, and You get to this door, and thankfully it's not locked. And it does actually say management. I'll say, I'll give you that. It's you pop it
Hey,
on,
got
and
here.
there's like an kind of it's a series. It's like a small series of like offices, uh, and you can start going through that. But
That would be a sharp roll, right?
yes, yeah,
Well, that would be next round, wouldn't it?
yeah, because this was getting across. So Benedict,
Uh, hmm. I would like to roll protect someone
okay,
as a preventative measure instead of reactionary.
okay,
Yeah, valid.
Not using the shotgun with the limited salt rounds, but with the fucking magnum.
nice. So, what do you roll?
That is a numbers. Numbers are hard.
His name will be Kill 6 Billy.
That would be an 11.
11. All right. How much does the Magnum do?
3 harm.
Okay.
So specifically, Zoe wants to try her best to incapacitate them.
I've been thinking about that.
Well, the next time any cultist attempts to, like, if they have any weapons, attempts to harm somebody rushing into the fray, he's gonna fucking shoot him in the foot or the leg.
All right. So you have the Magnum ready, and you have it ready. So Zoe.
Okay, the big man guy.
Oops.
The big man guy.
The big man guy. Did he get inside or is he going inside?
He's like lurching. He's trying to lurch inside, and it's like kind of large windows. It's not all like all wall. So it's like you see movement inside, but he's trying to get inside, but he's not like
Not there
fully
yet?
inside yet. He was standing on the stoop, but this is all happening really quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna roll first. That's a 8, 11. No, where's it? Damn, I need a 12 for that. Okay. Instead of using my mental dominion yet, I would like to use no limits to barrel my way through the crowd and grab the big guy, the big man guy. I want to just shoot forward and grab him by the leg and yank him back.
Okay, so you're trying to dart into this small little group and pull him out.
Yes, that was a. You said that was a 11, which is 7 to 9, which I got. No, 10 or more. Your body obeys your will to the limits of physical possibility for a moment. If I'd gotten one more, I would have had advanced no limits.
Okay, so you charge out, slithering, buzzing your wings, and going at this group. And it spooks them seeing this massive serpent
Snake
thing
monster
start out of the bush at them, going very fast. And one of them looks to be like a hunting shotgun in your direction before there's a gunshot from behind you, and they go down screaming as Benedict kneecaps them. And
Remember, this is a goddamn magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kneecaps them. There is no longer a kneecap there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
do I make it?
So
do the big guy?
Yeah, I'm still going. You barrel through some of the others, and like one of them tries to stab you with the knife they had, but it like hits your scales in a good way, so it just bounces off. And you go forward and snatch this guy up and start trying to slither your way back out. Um, the group is going to try to stop you, but Celia, your turn.
Hello.
Zoe just grabbed this guy and is trying to make her way back out as the group looks like they're ready to pounce on her to try and defend this guy. There's like five. There was five, now four. One of them's on the ground, clutching a bleeding stump of a leg, but your good friend Zoe is in trouble.
Are we going
We
to
need
hop out?
teenagers with attitude.
I'm going to hop out and put myself between them and her.
Okay, and go ahead, roll for. Is this kick some ass or protect someone? Are you attacking or trying to protect?
Protecting.
Okay, so protect someone. Unless you have another. Yeah, I think everyone's got half an hour.
Is that act under pressure or kick some ass?
I mean, there's the protect someone skill.
Okay, which skill is that?
Tough.
That's a tough.
Oh, that's 13.
Okay, on a 10 plus, you choose an extra. You suffer a little harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
All attention is now focused on me.
Okay, so you go as Zoe's about to get attacked by this group as she's grappling this bleeding, struggling guy. Celia, you quite literally leap into the fray, frog hopping into the middle of them as you swinging your sword as they start, like backing them off, as giving Zoe the perfect chance to slither away to safety once Nora gets back. So now they are definitely focused on you, Hal.
Okay, so Hal is going to the doorway where.
Yes, that is the exact vibe I was imagining.
Yeah, he's just gonna stand in the doorway with the spear out menacingly, and also discreetly roll to heal himself so he doesn't get hit again with 3 fucking damage.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, that's a.
Don't forget the Alcohol sword.
Yeah, so that's a pass then with the Alcohol sword, so I do heal that 2 damage. Thank you, Alcohol sword. So he's just gonna stand there and like hold the doorway so they can't go down there before Kaiko's done doing her shit.
Okay, yeah, you went with that's right, you went with Kaiko and Julie.
I didn't go with them. I stopped in the whatever to block the path. So just in case some psycho cultist goes down there.
They went around the side of the building and into a side door.
Just in case something comes up behind them while they're doing this.
Yeah, so you rush after them and you're stationed up at the doorway to make sure nothing comes from that way. Okay. And you heal yourself. Who was next? Suki.
Okay. So seeing that they've rushed into the combat and that our wonderful Zoe has picked up the man I was shooting, I'm going to...
He was getting in the building. I'm trying to get him for you.
That's fair. That's fair. She's going to sling the rifle back over her shoulder, pull out the signature knife, and then immediately just jump into the fray, swinging and hacking away.
All right, kick some ass.
Yes. The head dude is currently in the coils of Zoe. We are avoiding him and going for the grunts.
He's at my coils. I have, literally grabbed his leg to keep him from going forward.
Oh.
You probably still shoot him.
And you drag him back out a little bit. like away from the porch area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that
You
case,
can still shoot
no,
if you want.
I am going for a stabbing of the cult leader. It'll be
Okay.
fun. It'll be a good time. So
Yeah.
there's. I'll give a +1. Oh, it's during the bear attack, I think. So +1 forward for the cult there. Does that. Signature weapon gets an extra +1. And that's +2 more for tough. So that is a 10
For an attack or damage.
for an attack.
Okay, yeah, you hit. And that's enough for an extra effect. Is gain advantage to give one forward or take one forward. Inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, force them where you want them.
So I'd like to give a +1 forward to the rest of the party in a bit of an unusual way.
Alright.
Suki's going to come up with a knife which is leaking the red storm, grab him by the scruff of his neck, hold the knife up to his throat, and go, "Move, and I kill him."
Okay, so you're not actually doing damage?
I'm assuming she, stabs him first, and the way of picking up. She's not nice
Oh,
about
how
it.
much damage does it do?
Oh, 2 harm magic.
And then, do you get any bonuses for that?
I get bonuses to hit with it, not for damage.
Okay. So,
I need to
it's a
look
good
at
thing you did stab him, because you see him reaching into his, these tattered shroud robes. As he tries to pull out, he grabs, the grip of something, but you stab him in the forearm and kind of pin it to the ground as he drops what looks pistol-ish in shape, but it is a construction of blackened metal and pale bone with that the barrel is seeping that same green smoke that you saw the Stinger's weapons. This seems to be a handheld version of the Flenser. But
Oof.
you stab him, he drops it, and then you hold this guy. His head looks like it's been shaved, and there's some cuts into it, some patterns, and he's very torn up in a very decorative way as you hold him and hold the blade to his throat, and you deliver this ultimatum. Echo and Julie, your turn.
Roll a sharp to find and do what I need to do.
And Julie, if you want, you can help out.
Okay.
4
That is
plus 4
totally
plus
what the general
3.
looks like.
That's a 11, I do believe.
I got a 13 help out.
Okay.
That's just a flat 12 then for me.
Yeah, no problem. You find, and it's like the manager's room. You find this the microphone, and this place has been shut down for a couple of years, so there's a good layer of dust. But you find it, and excuse me, and because there is power in this place, it seems that they're running off a generator or something. It crackles onto life, and you've got the PA.
Yep, and
Ready
I'm
to
going
go?
to turn on my phone and play the song. Pulling it to the mic.
And yeah, outside the group, you hear that squeal of feedback for a moment as the PAs kick on, probably first time in a while, and then that song of the song that Benedict had played rings out, and you see the cultists. They flinch and then start looking around wildly as they hold their weapons at the ready, not sure what to do, but they do. They look back to where you assume this has been being held. As you actually hear Phineas from behind because he's still hiding. He goes, "Yeah, that's the fucker." But Let's see. Benedict, you see the cultists? They seem to be reacting in like startled confusion as this song plays, and they're looking around wildly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Interesting.
And you hear, actually, in response, you start hearing the Wormstar's dirge actually pick up, because you didn't hear it before, but you start hearing this rebuttal music raise up in volume. And Kaiko and Julie, you hear it too, because you're actually in the building, like coming through the walls. You hear the song that you heard briefly through the phones, but now that you are playing the song, you feel it clawing at you, but it can't reach you.
Ooh.
But there's
Yay?
something singing inside the building. Benedict,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to do?
How'd you describe what the cultists are doing?
They Pokemon status effect confusion, I guess. They're just kind of like, they're not sure what to do next, because their leader just got ambushed and dragged away and now threatened. And now this counter song is being blasted, and they don't seem to know what to do.
Well, I'll give him a pretty good idea. He's gonna fire the magnum straight up in the air and just loudly tell them, get down on the ground now.
Roll me a luck. Or wait, do we have luck as a thing? That's not a thing.
No.
No.
Give me a cool check,
Sure thing.
just for fun.
11.
Okay, you fire this gun off into the air, and like that jolts the attention of the others, and they just kind of like all stare at you. And you deliver this ultimatum, and all of a sudden, as if to emphasize your point, falling out of the sky in a pile next to you is a gargoyle blasted through the eye. And it just lands next to you dead, and they like kind of look at each other and then bend, and like, besides the guy that's still on the ground screaming because his leg was mostly blown off, the rest just drop their weapons.
Amazing.
The ninja returns.
The ninja.
So,
The squawk of a fucking gargoyle as it falls out of the sky.
So
At least it wasn't a duck.
sorry.
Oh god, reconstructed goose.
Oh no! Oh my god, it's terrifying.
Same size, but armor plated.
With fangs this time.
Well, they have their freaky ass tongues.
Oh yeah. So you see these four throw down their weapons as you're grappling this Ben Carmody guy. As you see from the doorway, Zoe, or you see at the entrance, you see another group of people start rushing out, also carrying like various just weapons. But they kind of pull up to a stop when Benedict fired. Or, they pull up to a stop when they see, the situation, seeing the rest stop. And there's like, all total, there's maybe now like 11 people besides Ben standing. And the guy with his leg, I'm just going to say, that guy is not a problem right now.
Yeah, he's got bigger issues.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna be able to use that leg again in a best case scenario.
Good.
Magnums aren't subtle weapons.
No. There's a reason why I haven't used it a lot.
You said there was something deep within the building that was playing the song, right?
Yeah, something started singing this song in rebuttal to you playing that over the PA.
Inside the building, you said.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh God. Like here.
You
So-
are with Suki kind of petting this guy. Although, Suki, you could probably let her handle it if you wanted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does this guy look like? Does it look like these people are pacified for the moment?
The four that Benedict, I'll say, did like a nat 20 intimidation check on, definitely are pacified. But the others, they seem hesitant. They also have that like wild-eyed, confused look because of the music clash. And then seeing their leader on the ground held a smoking knife point, they seem hesitant to they don't know what to do next. And there's this tension building.
There's 4 of them, right?
4 that have given up, and then how many did I say? There's like 6 others that came out.
6 others. Who?
And Suki,
yes.
you can tell that if you did any more damage, this Ben would probably be dead.
Fantastic.
He's not looking good because you like gut shot him.
Ooh.
Yep.
God, do I
Your
want
scope might be a little off. It still hit him dead, center mass, but it was a little lower than you were aiming.
No, I would argue.
Gap.
I would argue
God.
that the gut shot was on purpose. I need him to talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does Zoe want to
Hard talk
try
when you
and
don't have a head.
does Zoe want to try and incapacitate these people, or is she not sure if that's the right choice anymore?
Do you?
Go.
Hmm. God.
So
Sorry, I'm just
it's
really.
totally fine if you just wanna like see what happens next. That's totally fine. This will kind of turning into a standoff.
I'm gonna roll another mental dominion. That is on the big guy. On Ben, yes.
Okay.
I can't do it to multiple people. I can only do it one at a time. That's a 4.
Yeah, that'd be a little powerful for a monster
Yeah.
mystery ability.
Yeah.
4. That's a 7, so I have a hold of 1. So I'm gonna look into Ben's eyes and tell him, tell them all to stand down. And like as she like okay, this is how she does it. With Suki is like has the knife to the guy. Zoe like grabs his shoulder, his arms, and squeezes extremely tight, and just gets her face really close to his, and tells him, "Tell them all to stand down."
All right. And there's a moment where he just kind of like recoils, but can't too much because of the blade at his throat. And he goes, all right, everyone stand down. Put your weapons down. And there's a tension before the rest eventually do just... You hear the clatter of blades and axes and a couple of guns.
Louise's hands are still firmly squeezing his arms.
And Celia.
Huh?
It seems that the tension has stopped, but it is technically your turn.
Holding
I
action
wouldn't say
until
all
I see if
tension
they
has
respond.
stopped,
Holding action
Oh, yeah,
until I see what until I
Okay.
see if they comply.
Okay, sorry, cut out there for a second. So, and yeah, they do drop their weapons that they had as they look. The tension's not gone. They look like the four look a little more intimidated, but the ones that were closest to you, Celia, but the rest do seem that the tension is still there, but they are obeying what Ben said, and are just standing there, kind of glaring daggers at the group.
So you're Ben.
Well, who the fuck wants to know?
Better watch your fucking mouth right now. Hey!
And
So
I'm not the one who has.
Since we're now talking out of turn, since it was Celia's.
Yeah.
So if we're all out of turn order now, you're gonna get a DM from Kaiko. There's a thing inside the building broadcasting the worm dirge. We need to destroy whatever it is.
Oh.
Zoe has not seen it yet because she is she is looking at this man with Ryatsu.
Mm-hmm.
So how would we find that?
Benedict's gonna head inside as soon as he hears that. If you're
Does
gonna go
anyone
anywhere near
say-
the choir, you might as well have the source of the counter song with you.
Yep.
Does anyone say it out loud, or does he?
Wait, what was the question you asked? Oh, or the text that's
Yeah,
said.
Kaiko sent that message. Does anyone say it out loud? Because Zoe is not looking at her phone.
That or it would probably be easier to just speak over the PA.
Yeah.
That's a good point as well.
Oh yeah, true.
Zoe looks Ben in the eye. Well,
Oh, by the way.
where is it?
Step inside.
Are we near
You're
a
in the choir.
I mean,
Yeah, you're
you
in
guys.
the office with Kaiko.
PA? I could do something pretty
Okay.
excellent here, actually. I take the PA, I turn it on, and I use my move, the big entrance. When you make a showy entrance into a dangerous situation, roll clue. Cool. On a 10 plus, everyone stops to watch and listen to you until you finish your opening speech. On a 79, you pick a person to stop and watch. On a miss, you're marked as the biggest threat by all.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read what
Oh no.
IQ said, but with my own flair. Fuckheads and undead shitbags. Forefathers, one and all, bear witness, I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog pissed on my fucking wife.
No!
That's right, he took his fucking hedgehog furry quilly dick out,
No!
and he pissed
Also,
on
all
my
this while the
fucking
music is
wife.
still playing.
Yeah, you're okay.
To eat a cupcake.
Okay. And you know what? You know what I got for my cool roll? I got a 6.
Biggest threat in the room, but everyone's pacified, so I think I might actually double as an intimidation.
They're
I
just
mean, failure means
confused
that
and somewhat mortified.
failure means that Julie is now their biggest target.
Yes.
Yeah. So you go on this band, and everyone just kind of looks up in confusion, and everyone outside you can hear Phineas go, "What the fuck?" But then Julie and Keiko, you hear the scrabbling as you look over to the door. Actually, Hal, since you're the one standing outside at the doorway, you hear scrabbling above you, and you look up as a pair of talons are crawling down headfirst Dracula style towards the door.
I was holding my action for that, so I'm gonna hit him.
No, go for it.
And he's gonna yell.
In case where a fail might be helpful.
He's gonna yell, "Oh, good job, Julie! Here they come!" Okay, I rolled a 10, so that's a hit. It's a good hit. Yeah, I'm just gonna... The closest one coming down, I'm just gonna spike it in the face.
How much damage does that do again?
3 damage, ignores armor, and on a 10, I think it inflicts... I can inflict terrible harm.
Oh yeah, because you get a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the extra effect. So, yeah, you stab this thing in the face as it, like, with the spear, and it, like, gouges out, like, a chunk of this thing's skull as it, like, gives this, like, startled squeal and just falls to the ground as it, like, starts squirming around near death. As this other one clutches to the wooden side of this building and is like hitting down at you. And now that it realized that maybe Julie's not the biggest threat right now. You nearly took that thing out with one hit.
Oh.
Yeah, Hal has made you aware that there are things outside.
Yeah, and Benedict is marching inside. I'm gonna break the initiative for now since we're a few minutes from game time.
Yep.
Sure.
Benedict, you go marching in. Julie or Kaiko, either one of you going to deal with the help?
Kaiko's
Okay.
gonna go destroy the thing.
Okay. So, I will say that it is fairly easy for your flame right now, being well fed and practiced, that you see the talon on the ground as it's like injured, and you
I made the
lean
thing
out.
thing making the music.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Not the
Okay.
Talon. Kaiko can trust
Okay.
Hal and Julie to deal with that.
And we will.
So, Julie and Hal, I'll say that between the two of you, very easily you can dispatch the two of them because, yay, you're both freakishly adept at this alongside Celia, and you go and Kaiko. Actually, Benedict, you're joined by Phineas, marching up, and you see him like flipping a butterfly knife in his hand as like almost like a fidget spinner kind of deal, as he just seems very upset as he's marching or grim-faced next to you. And there's a moment where the cultists just kind of stare you down before like a shout from Ben, and they part and letting you inside. And Julie or Kaiko, you burst from again. I almost made it to the end, but you burst out from the side door behind the receptionist desk or area or the reception area, and
Wait, where the fuck did you come from? Probably what they're thinking.
yeah, and Benedict and Phineas walk in as Kaiko bursts in almost at the same time, and the song is much louder now that you opened it, because in this large central room that looks like it'd been probably a hangout for a long time before this became a cult compound, just from like the amount of like graffiti and stuff that are on the walls. You see that in the center of this large room, what seem to be the survivors, as they are all tied and bound, foot in hand, and gathered in groups around the structure that seems to burst from the ground. And at first you think it's a structure of this pillar, and then you realize it is moving as you see these three they almost look like the basis of the talons you realize might be the basis for the reconstructed, but these are more elegant and refined than the talons. These are tall, thin, but they are twisted and joined together as if they grew together. These undead posed in statue-like stillness, but they still breathe and twitch. Hands raised to the sky, fanged maws open as this dirge echoes from the chitin choir, eyelessly crying out for the worm star. And you see the people surrounding them moaning and like grimacing at close proximity of the song.
Well,
But now that the song that of Benedict is playing, it's still uncomfortable, but you can be assured that they are not at risk anymore.
all right.
thank
Well,
God.
how are we
whatever damage
destroying
has
this
been-
thing?
Benedict just slowly marches up, and you see his forearm lift up to expose the flamethrower nozzle.
Ah,
You
can I
may,
go?
Phineas goes, oh fuck, and he like rushes forward and is like trying to pull people away because these people are clustered around the base of this choir.
Move everyone out of the way. Kaiko like holds out her arm and braces it.
And with Phineas moving people, and like he cuts the ropes of some of the people, and they start helping pull people away, and eventually the survivors are ushered away, and Phineas gives a nod as the two of you unleash this dual flame of orange and blue, and the chitin choir screams and just screams and screams and then trails off. And the song is silent, replaced only by the song of life. And I think that's a good place where we'll start now.
Well, shit.
But,